105. Tonight, some clouds and very humid, 76. Thursday, partly sunny, hot and humid, some late-day thunderstorms, a windy 95. Rain and thunderstorms Thursday night and cooler in the 80s on Friday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gsl.honorflight.org. And for HVAC services, aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Happy Wednesday. This is the Annie Frey Show. We're fighting with Rand today. Today, Ryan just walked in the studio at the top of the hour. He goes, well, there's your answer, Annie, because we're striking each other once again. It's happening.
Yeah, the attacks have returned. Or, well, they will. I don't know that they have returned.
Until they don't.
Well, yeah, until they work out a peace deal for tomorrow.
But they'll fight tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That's the news.
That is the news, but that's been the news every single day.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to keep up, especially when I don't. It's not that I don't care. It certainly isn't that I don't care. It's just that just tell me when it's over. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, I want lower gas prices. Yes, there is a report out today about. Did you hear about this inflation report? Did you see this?
No.
Fox News, or Fox Business, I should say, Eric Revel reports inflation ticked higher in May as American consumers continue to face elevated fuel prices amid the Iran war's impact on the energy market and across the economy. The Bureau of Labor Statistics said on Wednesday that the Consumer Price Index, a broad measure of how much everyday goods like gasoline, groceries, and rent cost, rose 0.5% from a month ago and is 4.2% higher than a year ago. The annual figure is the highest since April 2023.
Not good.
I would agree with that. It's not good. It's an important number. It's not the whole story. It's not the only thing that matters, but it doesn't not matter. And that's what there are absolutists on both sides of this issue that if Trump's doing it, then it's 100% okay and we're all for it. I'm not that, but if I am that, it's because it coincides with the line of thinking. I'm not okay with it because Donald Trump is doing it. I understand. We had a great conversation with Jim Talent yesterday. My understanding is if people go to the Odyssey app, they can listen to our podcasts.
I also understand that.
You make them.
That is correct.
I don't know.
It's correct.
I don't know how you consume it always.
It'd be like me saying, I just talk into this microphone. I don't even know how you can hear me.
No, it'd be like an incredible chef saying, I made you a perfect dish, yet I'm not going to eat it. It's for you.
Oh, okay, Chef. Chef Wiggins. Go listen to the podcast yesterday, wherever you get podcasts from. It's there.
It's everywhere.
The Odyssey app, AUDACY. Download it, and you can stream us live right now as well. But, one of my questions to Senator Talent is, how does this end? Can it end quickly? I asked him, how quickly can we completely open the Strait of Hormuz if we really put our mind to it in our military? How quickly can we do it? And he said a few weeks. I think I heard on the air today on television that the Strait of Hormuz is 960 miles of coastline.
Okay.
That's a lot. It's longer.
Yeah, on a map,
it's longer.
It looks little.
I think they said the California coastline is 700 and something miles. So for comparison, when you're talking about like bopping around the Strait of Hormuz and being like, there's a mine, kablooey, and get that mine. Okay, everybody can move now. It's not that simple. I don't have reservations about the capability of our military, but we do have to put our mind to it. And what is Iran going to do stupidly in the process? Don't know. And in fact, I don't think they know. I think they push buttons and wait to see what happens next.
Totally agree with that.
And so if you're Saudi Arabia or some of these Gulf countries that are around Iran that are in stupidity striking distance, which is the current military plan from Iran, then you might go, gosh, this could be very devastating if they strike us. I just don't think if they I don't know what I'm talking about, just admittedly. But it feels like if they wanted to target one of these places, I'm not 100% sure they could. It would be incredibly fortunate / unfortunate, depending on the side you are, that something like a desalination plant would get struck by one of these errant or random Iranian drones or missiles.
Yeah, like they could say, I want to hit the UAE. I don't know that I could hit a building.
Yeah, it's
in
like
the UAE.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no
Right,
whammy.
yeah, stop.
Boom!
Ooh, move 2 spaces, $1,600. That's a decent score.
This is not funny.
You got one more spin. You want to pass?
Nope, no whammies.
I do want to say, though, that one of the things that you talked about with Jim Talent yesterday that really stuck with me, and I made it a point in the podcast because I thought that was really, really important to grasp.
See the podcast.
Exactly, thank you. Was that right now the global economy around oil is shifting so fast that it is removing Iran from the picture at all. So the only leverage they currently have, which is not that much, they're losing by the day.
The long-term strategy of what President Trump is doing is to deprioritize the Strait of Hormuz as an asset to Iran.
Right.
Like, okay, you can open it, you can close it. Everybody else knows where they're shopping elsewhere. So you take Iran out of the picture, which would, in a long-term sense, be absolutely devastating for their economy.
Right.
Here's President Trump from the Oval Office today signing the reconciliation bill. We'll talk a little bit more about that with Chairman Jason Smith on the show at 1:30 right here about I cannot wait to ask Jason Smith the question, how long did the Democrats shut the government down for? List everything they got for it. So stay tuned to 1:30 to hear that question. Here's President Trump from the Oval Office today after signing.
Working with Iran for a number of months, and they should sign their deal. It's a good deal. It doesn't give them the right to have a nuclear weapon. In fact, it totally prohibits them from ever having a nuclear weapon. And it was just tap, tap, tap. I don't know what they're doing. So they then shot at our helicopter. Very expensive helicopter, by the way, but much more importantly, the 2 men, fortunately, they're okay. But an amazing rescue. If you ever get a clip, you won't believe the rescue, how cool it was. The equipment we have. Look, we have the strongest military in the world. And I gave them a break at the request of Pakistan. The Field Marshal and the Prime Minister of Pakistan are great. We stopped them from going to war with India. You would have had a nuclear war if it wasn't for me. But they became friendly to me, very friendly, and they're close to Iran, and they worked, and they still are working on trying them to do what's right. But we want a deal that's meaningful. We want a deal that works. We don't want to just have a Barack Hussein Obama deal, JCPOA, the worst deal. That was a path to a nuclear. It's the exact opposite. You know, I like on television, they say, oh, they should have kept that deal. First of all, it was over. It was a short-term deal. But that deal was a path to a nuclear weapon. This is a path against a nuclear. You can't have a nuclear weapon. His was a path to a nuclear weapon. They were developing, during his administration, nuclear weapon. If they had a nuclear weapon, there'd be no Israel, there'd be no Middle East, and they would have absolutely shot at us. So we'll see what happens. But we hit them hard yesterday, and we're going to hit them again hard today, in case you miss it, in case you don't turn on your television set. And we'll see what happens with the deal. We were really close to a deal, but they keep tapping us along. They keep playing us for suckers because, you know what? They dealt with some very stupid presidents. I have to say that. I'm embarrassed to say it. Some very stupid people were sitting here.
So President Trump from the Oval Office talking about the Apache helicopter that was shot down and the response. And they've been hitting each other back and forth now to whatever degree. Reports this morning were that any Iranian missiles that were launched haven't shown any damage that is reported as of this time. But he says that they're tapping him along, and I'm happy to hear the president say that he's willing to jump back into the action game and push back and move this thing forward. It is not nothing that inflation is as high as it's been since April of 2023. That is a factor in this. He should not complete the job because inflation has ticked up. But he has to be cognizant of what the American people are dealing with at this point. And sometimes I think it's even, he just needs to speak to it. He needs to acknowledge it. He needs to tell Americans that he is aware of what we are experiencing as consumers, taxpayers, and use that as an opportunity to say, we know that we're asking a little bit more of you right now, but I want to tell you what we're working hard on at the same time. And then go into J.D. Vance's fraud investigations. Go into the tax cuts that people are enjoying, those who have been able to really champion things that have come out of the big, beautiful bill. And again, Chairman Smith will be with us at 1:30, so right in the middle of the 1 o'clock hour, and he's going to talk about more fraud that is being exposed with hospitals' usage of the 304B program. So Chairman Smith, 1:30 this afternoon. Looking forward to that. Tyler O'Neill is going to be with us. He's a senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal, and he is covering the Southern Poverty Law Center hearing that has been taking place yesterday and today. And boy, that was just they're always a circus. Yesterday, I thought about setting the sound. I don't know if you pulled it, but I thought about setting the sound. Jasmine Crockett with Alveda King sitting there in the room, one of the witnesses at the hearing, essentially says that Alveda King is out of her mind to think that she could speak for MLK's family. That she's not really actually one of them. She's not accepted by the family. Alveda King's response is essentially, Jasmine Crockett, I think you just called me a bastard child of the King family. And then she explains how she is absolutely a part of the King family. And she says, God bless you. And then a representative who is sitting in the dais says to the chairman, I would like the record to reflect that Congresswoman Crockett got up and left after her statement. Oh. So she laid into Alveda King to her face in an incredibly disgusting way, and then she left. She didn't even stick around to hear what Alveda King would have to say in response to it. And so that congressman said, just make sure that the record shows here. Crockett says what she says, and then she bolts. It's so disgusting. Goodbye. Can't leave fast enough. Get her out of Congress. Thank you, Texas, for making a smart choice in that last primary. Rod Blagojevich, next on the Annie Frey Show. Very excited to talk to the former governor of the state of Illinois. He's author of a book called Framed, Effed, and Freed, A Governor's Odyssey, which is coming this November. What can he tell us about the negotiations surrounding the maybe non-Chicago Bears possibly moving to Hammond, Indiana? It looks like it's going to happen, but maybe something will develop here. We'll get the inside scoop from someone who's been in the business of governing Illinois. Rod Blagojevich on the Annie Frey Show next. The Retirement Advisory Group and myself will be at the DoubleTree Hotel in Chesterfield. It starts at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June 16th. So it's right around the corner. Next Tuesday, come join us. It's free to attend. I'll be there. Mark Cox and Mark Reardon will be there. From 6 to 6:30, we welcome you to the event. We turn it over to the Kershaws pretty much right around 6:30, 6:40. And you get to learn about how to create a worry-free retirement. And it costs you nothing. So if you're thinking about smart investments, if you're thinking about how to make smart moves at this transitionary time, moving out of your career and into retirement, you've got a dream of what that retirement looks like, but you don't want to make any mistakes or miss any opportunities when you're making that move. This is where the Kershaws and the Retirement Advisory Group come in to help you. And on Tuesday, June 16th at the DoubleTree Hotel in Chesterfield, it's free for you. And I'm telling you what, he's going to take less than an hour of your time. So sign up. Come say hi to me. I'd love to say hi to you. Reserve your space. Bring a friend. Bring friends at 314-993-9494. Online at retirementkey.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Don't miss the hot tub and swim spa blowout sale this weekend at the St. Charles Convention Center. Over 25 American-made units on display. Immediate delivery and financing available. For more info, call 1-800-SPA-SALE.
It's time for you to get to know my friends at Lit Cigar Lounge in Chesterfield, where luxury meets comfort. Mark Cox here. They have a great selection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, craft cocktails, anything you like to drink, cold beer, premium hand-rolled cigars from the finest makers in the world, even private lockers that are available if you choose to. Perfect for date nights or business meetings, and live music every Friday night. Family owned and operated. Check them out in Chesterfield at the District. It's litstl.com.
Springtime in St. Louis, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Mr. Rob Miller from Harvesttown Auto Body in St. Peters did. He called Rhino Shield. Rob, what was the thought process for going with Rhino Shield as a business owner?
My family's business is over 10,000 square feet, and it did not have the curb appeal I wanted.
Rob, tell everyone how the experience was with Rhino Shield from start to finish.
The process that I liked was when you came out, you gave me all of these options that would fit my building. Our building was really faded. I don't want to have to paint my building again. 25 years is a long time to not have to worry about the outside maintenance of your building as far as paint. That's a no-brainer. That's why Rhino Shield worked for me.
Are your neighbors jealous?
I would be if I was them.
Thanks, Rob. Now it's time to call 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Genius.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The Annie Frey Show is St. Louis conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We haven't talked about the YouTube live chat poll yet, so a reminder, if you jump on the Annie Frey YouTube channel, you can go vote in this poll. We'll take your text as well at 314-241-9797 on the Annie Frey text line. Is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? Go ahead and jump on there and tell us what you think, and we will read your responses here throughout the course of the show. Before we get to our next guest, I want to play a little clip from our current governor of the state of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, Governor J.B. Pritzker, talking about, gosh, you know who's at fault for losing the Bears? I can tell you the answer to any question. When it's whose fault is it? I don't even need to know the details of what the issue is. It ain't J.B. Pritzker's fault.
From the beginning, of course, there were some fumbles that occurred by the Bears, beginning with a press conference with the mayor of Chicago talking about a multi-billion-dollar stadium that they wanted to have built with taxpayer dollars. That's not something I was ever willing to do. They never asked. They just held a press conference. That was the start of some of the fumbles. Then, as you saw, they came into the session without a complete plan. And then there was a lot of talk. What location do they want to be in? Do they want to be in Chicago? Do they want to be in Arlington Heights? Do they want to be in Hammond? And then, of course, they didn't show up for the end of session.
So J.B. Pritzker there explaining what happened. And as you can see, the Bears really blew it. I wonder if that's how Chicagoans feel. Let's talk to former governor of Illinois, Rod Blagojevich, joins us right now. He's got a podcast, Lightning Rod Today, and his book is coming out this November, Framed, Effed, and Freed, A Governor's Odyssey. Governor, thank you for being with us here today. It's great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Annie. Appreciate it.
You bet. Now, if you're not aware, we're here in St. Louis, but myself, my producer, my co-host, we're all Illinois residents. So we've got about 40% of our audience here who are Illinois voters and taxpayers. We are watching the Chicago Bears saga play out a little bit separate from the issue, of course, it not being right here in our hometown. Can you explain when Governor Pritzker is talking about all the things that the Bears did wrong, is there more context to that story as you see it?
Well, yes, the truth is just the opposite of what he's saying. This was gubernatorial malpractice. And one of our great presidents, a Democrat like JB and me, used to say, the buck stops here. That was Harry Truman. And clearly JB doesn't believe in that. He'll blame anybody but himself. The fact of the matter is, our governor, Governor Pritzker, has set priorities. $2.5 billion for illegal immigrants to stay in Illinois against the law, but he won't put up a single tax dollar, he claims, to keep the Bears in Illinois. And the Bears provide jobs, tax revenue, and just the improvement of a good quality of life for people who work hard every day. And the people in the Metro East area, Edwardsville and Collinsville and Bellwood and all those great places, these are hardworking people like up in Chicago. And it's nice to be able to look forward to your home team playing football on Sunday. You know what it's like in the St. Louis area to lose a franchise. Yeah. Evidently, we're about to lose one now.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering of your thoughts, just as somebody who has been in the office of the governorship, how should Governor Pritzker have approached this to try to bring parties together to keep the Illinois taxpayer in mind, which would be great to see him do that for once. How should he have navigated this complicated situation?
He should have taken the lead in it. That's his job as the governor. This is about an issue that deals with the quality of life for people who live in the state that hired him to represent them. He should have taken the lead, and he should have been the one to broker a deal with the Bears, maybe with the city of Chicago, maybe with Arlington Heights, the suburb in the Chicagoland area, to keep the Bears in Illinois. Ideally, the Chicago Bears, in my mind, as a Chicagoan, belong in Chicago itself. But what we have here in Illinois and what we have in Chicago are two leaders, Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson, who aren't interested in getting things done for the people and citizens of our state. Instead, they're positioning themselves so they can point fingers and scapegoat, because neither one of them was willing to take the risk to take a leadership role to do what it takes to keep the Bears in Illinois. And that's the sad reality. Had the two of them worked together, the Bears would have stayed in Illinois.
Man, Rod Blagojevich speaking with us right now, former governor of Illinois. His podcast you should subscribe to, Lightning Rod Today. My understanding is that you still reside in Chicago?
No, I still live in the house I was arrested in, Annie, and I'm happy to be there. That's home sweet home.
Fantastic.
But can I say this to your listeners, and God bless everybody down there, because I was the beneficiary of the goodwill of people in the Metro East area, Southern Illinois, Southwestern Illinois, and they voted for me 2 times for governor. I fought hard for them. I didn't break a law across the line. It was all politics. It's lawless lawfare. Weaponized prosecutors did to me what they did to Trump years later. And the truth is coming out, and I'd never give in. And so I went to prison for 8 years because I was never going to give in. They hijacked the governor elected by the people in the Metro East area and in Southwest Illinois. And you know what? It's in the scripture, chapter 50, Genesis. What they meant for evil, God meant for good.
Rod Blagojevich speaking with us right now. His book coming out this November, Framed, Effed, and Freed, A Governor's Odyssey. Talk to me about, you were a Democrat governor of the state of Illinois. J.B. Pritzker is a Democrat governor of the state of Illinois. You're there among Chicagoans who are probably pretty ticked that it's possible, if not maybe even likely, that the Chicago Bears are going to move into Indiana. Are the Democrat politics of the governor today different than the Democrat politics of the governor when you were in office?
Night and day. The Democratic Party today is a party that's been taken over by socialists and Bolsheviks and communists who don't like our country and don't like American citizens. They literally, this isn't an exaggeration, they provide sanctuary in places like Chicago, and J.B. Pritzker defends this and supports this and fights for it. Sanctuary for illegal immigrants, but no sanctuary for Bear fans and the Chicago Bears to stay in Chicago and in Illinois. Their priorities are upside down. They don't believe in borders. They don't believe in our country. And they're all about taxing people to bring people down rather than lift people up by creating economic opportunity. The Democratic Party I was in, the Democratic Party that really was reflected by your representatives down the Metro East area, people like Jay Hoffman, people like that. The Democrat Party was a common sense party. We put working people first, but we understood that America is the land of opportunity. And the way to be able to do better in life is to work hard so your kids can have a chance to get ahead. These Democrats aren't for that. These Democrats are all about pulling people down, taxing people, and creating priorities that don't reflect the interests of everyday, ordinary American citizens.
I'm looking right now at a tweet from Nightingale Associates, and it's a list of different properties there in Chicago, office buildings in Chicago. Here's one on South State Street. In 2016, $68.1 million sold in recently here. It's down, the value is down to $4.2 million. In 2012, an office building valued at $51 million. It's down 92% to $4 million. And the list goes on and on and on. Just depreciation of 90%, 87%. Just goes, it's outrageous to think about the declining values of these Chicago office buildings. Now I'm thinking about the Bears Stadium. What value is going to be lost long term if the Bears leave, in conjunction with the evidence that we already have that property values are in a rapid descent in Chicago?
Well, tens of millions of tax revenue will leave, as it's been leaving. And this isn't the first big business to leave Illinois under Pritzker. Citadel left, Caterpillar left, Boeing left. Now the Chicago Bears appear to be leaving. And there's a reason why. Governor Pritzker has raised taxes and fees on people 51 times. That's today's modern Democratic Party. 51 times he raised taxes and fees on people. And not only are people fleeing the state because taxes are high, but up in my area here in Chicago, people are fleeing because it's not safe.
Yep.
And the Democrats are protecting people. I hate to say it, it's laughable, but they're protecting people who violate the law over and above people who stand up and follow the law. Everyday, ordinary working people, the Democratic Party used to be for, not anymore. And it's really unfortunate. And what's unfortunate, too, is that good people are leaving Illinois because it's so bad, which means these socialist Democrats have more and more power and will continue to stay in power and continue to chase businesses out of our state and chase jobs out of our state.
I'm thinking about that statement. We're speaking with Rod Blagojevich here on the Annie Frey Show right now about those who are left, those who aren't portable. And you know very well that down here, the dirt and soil that a lot of people have built generational farms on, their business on, their livelihood on, that doesn't pick up and move to Indiana like the Bears can, or Kentucky, or Tennessee, or Missouri even. That you gotta leave everything you've ever known and identified with behind, in a lot of cases down here in Southern Illinois. Who is voting? We got a opportunity for Mr. No King's J.B. Pritzker to have a third term this November. Who is saying this guy is doing a good job? How are they communicating to voters to accumulate enough votes to win yet again?
Well, Governor Pritzker, who used to work for me, that's among my regrets. You want to put me in prison for that? That might be justified. But this guy's a billionaire born with a silver ladle in his mouth. He inherited $3 billion, and he spent, something like $300 million to get himself elected governor. He gave Mike Madigan, the ward boss Democrat machine guy responsible for a lot of these high taxes, something like $7.2 million for his campaigns. And the reality is, when you have that kind of money, and it's politics, it requires that there's money to be able to fund campaigns. When a guy has that kind of personal wealth that he didn't earn himself, it does two things. Number one, he's disconnected from the struggles of everyday people. He doesn't understand them. He doesn't care about them. And what he basically does is able to buy elections through the money that he uses. And then, working class Democratic representatives like Hoffman, Jay, who I know a lot, are afraid to buck the system. And so they go along and get along. And I would urge my friend Jay Hoffman, and other Democrats down in Southern Illinois,
Katie
support
Stewart,
the Democrat Party. Form a third party, a new party that reflects the values of the people in Southern Illinois. You don't have to become Republicans, but become something that reflects the values of the people who elect you. Don't go along with these socialists and Bolsheviks. And our governor is a Nepo baby billionaire Bolshevik. And the reason he is that is because he wants to run for president, and he thinks he needs to pander to the left wing of the Democrat Party because he is what they excoriate. He is the epitome of white privilege.
Rod Blagojevich, you are my favorite former Illinois governor right now. You're speaking straight to my heart in ways that I didn't know was possible. We're speaking with Rod Blagojevich, former governor of Illinois. His podcast is Lightning Rod Today, and his book is coming out later this year, Framed, Effed, and Freed, A Governor's Odyssey. I think that, I don't know if it resonates with you, the hopelessness of a lot of Southern Illinois voters, but I kind of feel like maybe it's not just a Southern Illinois thing, but it is very much a Southern Illinois thing, that you just, there's so much that we've resigned to understanding about living in Illinois. There's just a pain and a punishment that exists if you decide to keep living here, growing a family here, and hoping to have generational family in Illinois. What do you say to those people who feel that it's hopeless?
Well, I know something about hopelessness, right? When they sent me to prison for 14 years, I never took a penny. So I have my own experience. I talk about this in the book, Framed, Empty, and Freed. I talk about that and how it's so critical that when you're facing crushing adversity and hard times come, or you're an everyday citizen and all you want is for your elected officials to do the best they can to promote the common good and the general welfare and to be sensitive to the needs of you because we hired them to work for us. It's maddening when they see that they don't. And what you're talking about with the people in Southern Illinois, I understand it because we really enjoyed, my family and I, the time when I was governor and before I was governor, coming down to Southern Illinois. The people are so good. And they're like my mother and father, working people. And all they want of their leaders is do your best, but don't forget us. Be for the people. But that's not what's happened to today's Democratic Party. They become cultural communists. They become socialists on economics. They don't care that people are building farms or businesses, and they want to pass it on to their kids. In fact, they want to tax that. They're not for working people anymore. They're for illegal immigrants. They'll cancel you if you don't think that a transgender man should play women's sports. These are the priorities of the Democratic Party today.
Yeah.
And they've lost all sense of common sense. And so I would say to the voters, forget the voters, the residents of Southern Illinois, I'd say, yes, you're right to feel bad, but don't despair. Keep hope alive. It is pleasing to the Lord to live in faith, hope, and love. That's what he wants us to do. Don't give up, but don't get out of the system. You got to be part of that system and demand of your elected representatives that they represent you. And if it's a Democrat that you vote for and they're not following what you want, don't vote for them.
Rod Blagojevich, is Illinois reparable? Is it savable?
Yes, of course it is. It's absolutely savable. I believe in new beginnings. I'm living one myself. I believe sometimes things have to you almost have to hit rock bottom before it gets good. And I would say we're approaching that in Illinois. But I think the worse it gets, frankly, it promises to be better because people eventually catch on. To quote Bill Clinton, the people almost always get it right.
Well, we thank you for your time today. Please come back again and talk more with us. We've got a lot to cover on this march towards our statewide elections in Illinois this November. We're really grateful for your time. We hope you'll come back.
Thank you, Andy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Bye-bye. Okay. Didn't have all these feelings on my bingo card today.
Well,
that was great.
Fun.
That was great. He said that he'd be willing to be jailed for having J.P. Pritzker in his administration. All righty.
I did not know that.
Talking off air a little bit, he could run for Senate and win in Illinois. I don't even know what party he'd represent. I think he'd be a Democrat. It'd be smart for him to be a Democrat.
Yeah, so we looked it up to see if he could run for office ever again, and the answer is not legally, but not because of a law. They actually put it into the removal when the Senate removed him from office in 2009. They included a specific...
When the Illinois State Senate.
Yes.
So we're talking state
law.
State
Senate. They included a specific clause explicitly disqualifying him from holding any future public office in the state.
Senate.
But he could run for federal office.
He's a good politician.
Yes.
Dude, I'm open to palatable Democrats running the state of Illinois. J.P. Pritzker, not one.
If
He
there
is
was
not
a
one.
Democrat at all that just said something about borders, I'd be like, hey, listen to that guy.
Also, interesting that he'd be on this show specifically calling out Hoffman, who's right over there listening in this listening audience. Probably not listening in this audience, but maybe. All right. Rod Blagojevich on the Annie Frey Show will be available on the Annie Frey Show podcast. If you didn't get to hear the whole thing, a good recommended listen for you. Find us on the Odyssey app, AUDACY 97.1 FM Talk and the Annie Frey Show, both present there. We'll be back with the YouTube poll in just a minute. Point Pest Control, point with an E, online at pointpestcontrol.com. We are very, very happy and satisfied Premier Service Plan subscribers. Quarterly service appointments to our home where they come and they spray or treat, probably is the better term, the interior of the home, the exterior of the home. Sometimes we just have them do the exterior of our home, and we don't have bugs. We don't have pests. We don't have the ants that make it their way into the house. Spiders don't have that problem anymore, which was initially why I called them in a panic, and I said, I saw a spider. You need to come here. Actually, I saw 2 wolf spiders in the matter of 3 minutes in the blankets. Nightmare! Absolutely. Or as the kids say in the dugout.
What were they doing? Were they mating and making more?
Ryan!
Well, I was just asking. I didn't know. No? Because then you definitely want to get rid of those.
I'm disgusted. I need Point Pest Control here because there's a pest in the room. 636-798-0023, 636-798-0023. Mention my name, Annie, and say, we have pests like Ryan Wiggins in our house, and we need you to spray for them. 636-798-0023, point with an E, pointpestcontrol.com.
It is highly recommended by Ryan Wiggins that you listen to the podcast of
You can just say, I recommend.
Annie Frey interviewing Rod Blagojevich. I think that might be a best of, in fact. We'll see at the next holiday. The YouTube live chat poll, the question we're asking you today is, Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? Here are your options. Yes, and I'm retired. Yes, and I'm near retirement. Yes, and I'm under 50. Or no. Let us know if Social Security is a major part of your retirement plan by logging on to the Annie Frey YouTube page and commenting there and voting, or you can text 314-241-9797. It is 1241. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Born in the Midwest, built on common sense. FM Talk. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Oh,
Not the greatest Social Security number news out today. Fox Business and Kristen Altis reports, foxbusiness.com, Social Security has less than 10 years before reserves are exhausted.
Well, just like the oil reserves, we'll just wait until it gets super high, and then we'll refill it.
Until money gets
Man,
super
I don't really understand. No, if that's I meant to say this yesterday on the show and I forgot to. One of my children said, "If everything's getting more expensive, we print the money. Why don't we just print more and then everybody can have the money that we need?"
I'm saying that's a really good idea.
And I go, "Oh."
You fainted? You swooned?
I just fell off the couch. And they're like, "I killed Mom."
That's because you hadn't thought of that.
Don't say it too loud. They might do it again and again and again.
Put her at the U.S. Treasury in charge of the mint.
I have boys and girls. The report from Fox Business is the clock is ticking faster than American workers and seniors. For American workers and seniors. The Social Security Administration's newly released 2026 Trustees Report confirms the federal retirement safety net is less than 7 years away from fiscal depletion, as the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund will completely exhaust its accumulated reserves in the fourth quarter of 2032. Once the reserve dries up, ongoing tax revenues will only cover 78% of scheduled retirement benefits, according to the report. One Big Beautiful Bill Act enacted on July 4th, 2025. This law makes permanent the lower income tax rates and adjusted tax brackets originally enacted under the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and both increases and makes permanent the larger standard deduction of the 2017 Act. The OBBBA, ABBA, not to be confused with
Dancing Queen.
Maybe if they had a dancing queen deliver this message, people would feel better about it.
We're in a social media age. I guess I could see that happening.
And I'm going to tell you, I can have ChatGPT do that on the break.
Listen to this beautiful woman in this gown explain the big, beautiful bill.
Oh, I wouldn't even give it that much detail. I would say I need a dancing queen and just wait and see what happens next. The OBBBA also adds a temporary additional standard deduction for taxpayers over age 65. As a result, less income tax will be paid on Social Security benefits, and the OASI and DI trust funds will receive lower levels of revenue in the future from income taxation on Social Security benefits. So our poll today is asking you if Social Security is a major part of your retirement plan. The options are yes, and I'm retired, yes, and I'm near retirement, yes, and I'm under 50, or no, it's not a major part of your retirement plan. You can vote on the YouTube channel. If you just go to today's live broadcast in the live chat, that's where the poll is. You can leave your comments as well, and you can text us on the Annie Frey Show line at 314-241-9797. You got comments over there?
Yeah, a couple comments here. One from Joe says, my entire life I've heard Social Security described as a Ponzi scheme. Can't base your safety on something that untenable. The next one is from Roadmaster. There's a lot of acronyms in here, so let's see what they all mean. It says, I'm retired, but I'm not collecting SS yet, Social Security. Mm-hmm. My CFP says to draw on my IRA to reduce that amount because I will get hard with taxes come time for RMDs.
OMG. Okay.
That's another one.
LGTB.
Let's go retirement blues?
To break.
To break.
Which is close to LGBT, but not.
Let's go to break. Plus, two spirit.
No better way to transition to Wiggins America next. Don't go away.
.971 FM Talk in action.
It's Mark Cox. Our friends at the USO Missouri are looking for volunteers. From Lambert Airport to Fort Leonard Wood, volunteers help provide comfort and support to those serving our country. Learn more at missouri.uso.org.
This is Michael McGreevy. Escape to Margaritaville night at Busch Stadium on Friday, June 26th. Celebrate the legacy of Jimmy Buffett with a special pregame performance by the Boat Drunks. With a special theme ticket, you'll receive a Margaritaville-inspired Cardinals cap. Plus, a portion of each ticket benefits Singing for Change. Kick back, relax, and enjoy a night where it's 5 o'clock somewhere, even at 7:15 first pitch. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
This is Jordan Walker. Celebrate Black Heritage Day, presented by your quality Ford dealers on Sunday, June 28th at Busch Stadium. This special culture and community event honors the impact, history, and legacy of the Black community in baseball and beyond. With a special themed ticket, you'll receive an exclusive Cardinals jersey designed by Corey Rogers. And don't miss a special heritage celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
Hey, it's Mark Cox. Take your lawn from good to great with my friends at Lawn Enforcement. I'm talking expert lawn care services to keep your lawn in order. And here's what they'll do for you. Anybody can mow your grass. At Lawn Enforcement, they want to enhance your property. They'll do the mowing and the trimming. They'll fertilize and implement a weed control program and erosion control, which includes retaining walls if you need it. They can landscape. They can design and install your flowers, your shrubs, your trees, all of your hardscapes. No project is too big or too small for my friends at Lawn Enforcement. You can check them out online at yourlawnenforcement.com. So instead of envying your neighbor's lawn, your neighbors are going to be wishing they had the lawn and landscape that you have. Go ahead and enjoy your space. Be proud when you entertain your friends and your family. They've been in business for over 30 years. Be sure and tell them Mark Cox sent you. Go to yourlawnenforcement.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-777-1979, 800-777-1979, or biglou.com.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Wiggins! Oh! Wiggins! You know who loves that song? Sonny Wiggins.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I think that has reached the Spice Girls, whole new generation
They
of kids.
are relevant.
They are somehow.
Those songs are.
I don't know how that's happened.
Because they're good songs.
Well, there's a few. That's
all you
When
need.
Two Become One is a gross song, though. I won't let her listen to that.
I was going to start singing it, but then I decided not to. It's also
Spice Up Your Life's really good,
To Become One. They were really cute in the way they titled it.
Oh, it was all letters and numbers.
I mean, yeah, usually they are.
How do they do come?
Anyway. Do your job.
Can you play the intro again?
Do a job, Ryan. Any job.
All right, here we go. Speaking of my kids, the topic is
get through it.
Important life lessons we can learn from children. Did you know this? Did you know that's what it was?
Yeah, it's on the sheet.
Okay, I didn't know if it was.
At the end of it, it says,
Well, I told him that it had to be typed this way.
Okay.
Important lessons we can learn from children. And he put,
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's supposed to be,
He seemed skeptical. You seemed
Curious.
doting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is to be curious and excited.
To be curious and excited?
To be curious and excited. Things we can learn from children. And I think, we're joking, but these are good things.
Lean into joy.
Yes. Lean into joy. Enjoy the moment.
Absolutely. Become an adult and you just become like a grouchy, cynical, I got to pay my bills type of
Life
crap.
just slaps you in the face and tells you you're not important and don't have as much potential as everybody said.
Seems specific.
I know.
No?
That's for everyone.
Oh.
That is for everyone listening. Yes, I said that about you. What I want you to do is to be more excited and curious. Would you describe yourself as still a curious person as an adult?
Me? Yeah. when I have time.
But you do have time right now. We were talking about this yesterday.
I have
You're
I have
thinking
windows.
about things now.
Do you know what today is?
The 10th
Of
June.
Molly's 5th birthday.
No, I didn't know that.
Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy birthday, Molly.
She's watching right now.
Happy birthday, Molly.
When I think 5 is a beautiful age for some of these things.
I agree.
Because you're almost fully developed into this is the trajectory of this little personality before the world gets you. And teaches you some, life lessons that you learn the hard way. But you want to talk about full emotion. Molly is 100% that. I love it.
And still not really a lot of responsibility.
No.
You just sort of are having fun.
People are telling her happy birthday on the chat. Show that to her, Jared. I know she's watching. Love you, Molly.
Number 2 is be fearless. Do you think kids are fearless?
Yes. Have you ever seen them like full on jump off a couch to body slam someone, and in the middle of it you have like slowed, like everything kind of slows down because you're thinking of all the hospital bills you're about to have to pay?
Yes.
And then they're fine.
Yeah.
If I did that, there would be hospital bills to pay.
That's exactly what this says. Children jump, climb, fall, and get right back up. But that's not just because of their endless spirit. It's because their bodies can handle it.
Somehow.
I got to say that part of it, too. Number 3 is be in the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's not easy to do.
Put your phone down.
Put your phone down. Just listen to what's going on around you. Listen to the people talking to you. Pay attention to the conversation and the things happening right in front of you, including the radio.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, this is a
If
trash
people are
article.
trying to talk to you right now in the Arby's drive-thru, you tell them to shut your mouth.
Listening
you are
to
listening
Ryan.
to the Annie Frey Show and Wiggins America on the Annie Frey Show.
Maybe say it nicer than that. if
Say
you're
it
gonna
nicer than that,
Include
though.
our name in it.
Yeah. Keep it full of childlike wonder when you tell the Arby's drive-thru person that. Number 4, feel your feelings. Is this hard to do?
As an adult.
I do feel like I feel less than I used to, but I still feel my feelings.
I think that we manage them a little bit differently, of course. I've referred to this very many times as a parent. When Charlie was born, my oldest, I'd get every week an email. It's like, your child is 1 week now. Your child is 4 weeks now. Your child is 3 months now. And I mean, I don't know. I might still be getting those emails. Your child is 16 years and 5 months and 3 days old, and he's probably hungry.
Here's what he's experiencing at 3,000 months.
Yes, exactly. But it talked about maybe around the 18-month, 2-year stage, that when your child is eating an ice cream cone and the ice cream falls on the ground and they lose their mind, it's because that very thing that's happening to them right then is incredibly sad. And if you had an ice cream cone and the ice cream fell onto the ground, you would feel the same emotions, but you as a grown person understand, first and foremost, how to handle that initial emotion and also to problem solve, which is just get another ice cream cone. Kids don't understand that, and your job as a parent is to embrace those emotions that those children are feeling and teach them how to manage them. Not to shame the emotion, to get mad at them for the emotion, but to help them tap into what are you feeling and what do you do next with it. And that, I'm very glad I read that article very early in my parenting, because I don't think I was raised that way, nor was anybody in the 80s.
And if you, as an adult, lose your ice cream cone, you know that you can get something better, and that is mochi.
Oh, we'll talk about that
Little
later.
off-air conversation, little mochi balls that can jangle.
I don't like the way you said that.
They're delicious.
That was not part of the
They're
conversation.
delicious, and they're at Aldi. Have fun and play is the last one.
Yeah.
Children enjoy themselves,
yeah.
laugh, have fun, because they're not watching out for what people always want to think and say about them.
See Disney World for my family.
Yeah.
That is the have fun and play. Just go be joyful. There's a time and a place for it for our family. Everybody has, for a lot of people listening right now, it's the lake. I know that you go there, maybe Branson, different areas where you can travel, but carve out the time to have fun and to relax with your people. Do it. You will reap the benefits from it. Tyler O'Neill, senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal, on the Southern Poverty Law Center hearings, and Chairman Jason Smith in the 1 o'clock hour.
225-000-615. You're cooking dinner. The lights go out. You flip the breaker and forget about it.
But what if it keeps tripping?
Trips once, your breaker's doing its job. Keeps tripping? That's a warning. Bad wiring or something worse.
Do people just keep flipping it?
Most do, until they can't anymore.
Call Grasser. We'll stop the trip.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeservices.com.
Data centers don't wait, and neither should your supply chain. From power and connectivity to racks and critical power, Graybar brings the products and the experience data centers need now. And with deep inventory and logistics expertise, we keep projects moving from first delivery to final install. With hundreds of locations and a nationwide delivery fleet, we help you bring facilities online, on time, and on budget. Yep, Graybar does that.
Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Frey, and Mark Reardon, along with Bob and Tammy Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group, to learn how to create your worry-free retirement. We'll meet June 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield at 6:30. Here are Bob and Tammy with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering how to turn your 401k and IRA into a worry-free retirement? Would you like to learn the strategies that give you market growth but protects you from market losses at the same time?
Would you like to get a free personalized retirement income plan? And did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to create a worry-free retirement? If you're 59 and a half or older, you cannot afford to miss this event.
Have a worry-free retirement. Join the official financial advisors of my show, Bob and Tammy Kershaw, at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield, Tuesday, June 16th at 6:30. Go to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
A warning at the White House. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump threatening to resume strikes on Iran, accusing the regime of delaying a peace deal.
The president says the U.S. will hit Iran very hard today in response to a U.S. helicopter being shot down by Iran earlier this week in the Strait of Hormuz.
And we'll see what happens with the deal. We were really close to a deal, but they keep tapping us along.
President Trump will not say if he'll escalate attacks to target bridges and energy infrastructure as previously threatened, but did warn
Iran very simply cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that. All they have to do is they have to start signing a paper. It's fully negotiated.
On social media, the president said Iran will have to pay the price for taking too long to negotiate a deal.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Iran's president posting that Iran will stand firm against any pressure. President Trump signing $70 billion in ICE and CBP funding into law passed by Republicans separately from other DHS funding after a record shutdown driven by Democrat demands for immigration enforcement reform. Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen just telling Fox.
Now we won't have the Democrats threatening to shut down immigration custom enforcement, which is ICE, or shutting down our custom and border protection, which is, protects our borders. They can't do that anymore. They can't use that as a leverage against the American people and against President Trump.
The funding covers the rest of the second Trump term. One issue that's crossing party lines, the cost of streaming NFL games.
Seems fundamentally unfair that the league should get billion-dollar deals, the network should get billion-dollar contracts, but the fans are left out in the cold.
Congressman Jamie Raskin, ranking Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, chaired by Republican Jim Jordan, who also says he's concerned about what constituents are telling them. At issue, whether the league is abusing a 1961 sports broadcasting law. America is listening to Fox News.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask Chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
You just have to eat kale. Kale, kale, kale.
I read you should put butter in your coffee.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your energy, digestion, and overall health, how do you know what's actually right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to show what's going on inside you right now. Not trends, not guesses, your biology. With your results, Viome gives you clear, personalized, actionable guidance. Which foods help you, which ones don't, and which supplements your body actually can benefit from. All based on the world's largest gut health databases and thousands of clinical research studies. Many people who use Viome report better digestion, more energy, and an improved mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing.
And maybe still eat the kale?
Maybe. Learn more at Viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
And eat everything blue.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Nothing more than a pop thunderstorm. 96 for the high. The record's 100. That's safe. Heat index, what it feels like, 105. Tonight, some clouds and very humid, 76. Thursday, partly sunny, hot and humid. Some late-day thunderstorms, a windy 95. Rain and thunderstorms Thursday night and cooler in the 80s on Friday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 56 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance and installation, and heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For the sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Field Source 37, the guy at the Charlottesville rally, helped plan that rally, coordinate transportation there, was paid to attend. After the event, again, after the event where a lady was killed, the Southern Poverty Law Center almost tripled their income. $51 million to $133 million after they were coordinating the hate that took place at that crazy rally. You run a scam, you become the standard, you don't get prosecuted, and you make a ton of money. They got $800 million assets, $700 million in an endowment. Such a deal.
You've got Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, there talking about the Southern Poverty Law Center there at the hearing that has been taking place this week on Capitol Hill. And it's very important to see the long game here and what's going on with the Southern Poverty Law Center. This isn't just like, gasp, hand over mouth. They lied to us. He said the word there. Chairman Jordan said the word there, and the word is scam. Let's get to the bottom of it here with our next guest. Tyler O'Neill joins us, senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal, with a newly refreshed version of the book, Making Hate Pay, The Corruption of the Southern Poverty Law Center. Great to have you with us, Tyler. We appreciate your insight that you're going to provide us here on what's really at the root of this hearing this week.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
What's for people who are kind of coming into this right now, they don't pay attention to these things. They don't follow it deeply. They're getting wind of, wait a second, there are people who paid white supremacists and racist bigots to create hate that they could fight against. What? What do you want those new people to the story to know?
Yeah, well, I think it's even worse than just that, because what the SPLC is accused of doing here, if you read the superseding indictment, they allegedly paid for KKK hoods and KKK robes. And then they also reimbursed people for a cross burning. I think those symbols really illustrate what the SPLC is allegedly doing here, which is propping up the very hate it claims it exists to oppose. And that is the fundamental claim here. This, I wrote the book back in 2020, Making Hate Pay, because I thought those words, those words are from a former SPLC employee. And he said that we would dish about the SPLC in Montgomery bars and say that its real motto should be making hate pay. In other words, what they would do they'd go to their donors, they say, hate is on the rise, give us money, and they would reap in buckets of cash. Now, the main thing here is that the SPLC gained its reputation by suing the Klan into bankruptcy in the 1980s. Even back then, SPLC employees said it was so easy to sue the Klan into bankruptcy, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. White supremacy in America is largely hanging on by a thread. But the SPLC has long been accused, actually, of some people on the left of providing air to these white supremacists, making them feel more relevant than they actually are. And that was even before these claims in the indictment. But what the SPLC does, they focus on organizations that barely exist. They draw attention to them and say, oh, hate is on the rise. Then they also smear mainstream conservative and Christian organizations by using a guilt by association tactic to suggest that conservatives are a threat on par with the Klan. They put them on a hate map with Klan chapters that they say shows the infrastructure upholding white supremacy in America. All of that was known long before any of these indictments came out. So my point is, the SPLC has long had this practice, partially because their incentive structure is to find more hate, to go to their donors and say, we are necessary, give us money. And so they had this incentive structure to amplify and really exaggerate how hateful America is. And so it stands to reason that if they had this informant program, as they say, they say that these people they were funding were merely informants. But some of the things that they allegedly funded in this indictment seem more like propping up these people than actually informing on them to dismantle them.
Oh, man. Okay, we're speaking with Tyler O'Neill, senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal. I have so many questions, and I know we have limited time here. I am listening to your explanation of the arsonist also being the firefighter here, because that's what the Southern Poverty Law Center has been doing. And I think it was Alveda King yesterday at the hearing said, there are a lot of good things that the Southern Poverty Law Center has done in its history. But she went on to explain how it's poisoned the whole batch with what the Southern Poverty Law Center has been engaged in now for quite some time. And I have to ask, Tyler, with your investigation into this, what is the perceived goal of the Southern Poverty Law Center? Because what they're selling to people is they're out there fighting hate. Yeah. What is the actual goal of the Southern Poverty Law Center? What do they deem success?
I think it's two things. Part of it is raising money, and part of it is demonizing conservatives, scaring them into silence. The SPLC does also oppose real threats of hate and violence, to be clear. There are organizations that, again, I would say barely exist. There's an organization called Atomwaffen Division, for instance, which is a neo-Nazi group that SPLC has said one of their informants led to the prosecutions against one of the Atomwaffen Division leaders who was planning violent attacks. Thankfully, in America today, that sort of hate is very small and marginal, and it deserves to be combated. But an organization like the SPLC only ever seems interested in any sort of hate it can claim is coming from the right. If you look at what we saw after the Dobbs decision was leaked from the Supreme Court, so much violence against Catholic churches and pro-life pregnancy centers. The SPLC said not a peep about Jane's Revenge. The SPLC has carried water for Antifa in the past, and one of their lawyers was arrested in a Molotov cocktail riot. So this organization has no moral credibility on hate. And it is high time Americans realize that and, companies stop relying on them.
We're speaking with Tyler O'Neill, senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal. The book that has been refreshed here on the latest developments with the Southern Poverty Law Center is entitled Making Hate Pay: The Corruption of the Southern Poverty Law Center. I would like to know from you, your thoughts, because I'm always trying to look at the innocent people who get wrapped up in this. And I would say, from the outside looking in, without all the investigative research that you were privy to, that there are a lot of people who have written small checks, maybe very large checks, to the Southern Poverty Law Center thinking that they were doing a very virtuous thing. Is that accurate? And what are those people thinking today, learning what they were actually spending these donation dollars on?
Yes, so that is extremely accurate. It's very telling. I think, and I want to be as generous to people as I can here. The SPLC has been trumpeting, and Democrats have been trumpeting, the claim that no donors have come forth saying that they were hoodwinked, that they supported the informant program and have full confidence in the SPLC after this indictment. And I think a lot of that is due to the ideological bubble that supporters of the SPLC are in. They're only hearing the Democrat narrative about this, and they're not reading the indictment, and they're hearing over and over from Democrats and the left that the SPLC is this noble civil rights organization that's being targeted by the Trump administration for political and nefarious ends. And I don't think they're really dealing with, because a lot of people don't have the time not only to not read indictments, I mean, that's another thing entirely, but to read in-depth political news coverage. Most people live their lives, focused on more important things to them. And, those of us who are obsessed with politics would make an argument that they should pay maybe a little bit more attention. But in general, I do think it is healthy. Those of us who are obsessed with politics, there's something a little unhealthy about us. But when it comes to an issue like this, I think a lot of SPLC donors want to believe the best of the SPLC. And we're talking about a very left-leaning demographic in general. So it doesn't surprise me that none of them have come forward publicly and said they were bilked. But that doesn't mean that some of them are not feeling frustrated about this. I mean, it is heartbreaking. I get Google News alerts for the Southern Poverty Law Center, and I will often see a notice from a funeral where someone has passed away, and they say, in flowers, give to the Southern Poverty Law Center. And that really breaks my heart, because this is an utterly corrupt organization that is driving so much hatred and division in our country, and yet people are, with their last breath, giving their last memory to this organization.
It's so tragic. I mean, the next question that I was going to ask you was going to be about the consequences of Southern Poverty Law Center's actions. So they have conned Americans who have good faith, good hearts, goodwill into parting with their dollars to invest in the Southern Poverty Law Center. I've looked into the Southern Poverty Law Center Action Fund. They are a politically active entity through that 501c4 or whatever it is. Can you talk to me about the consequences of developing a hate map, putting Turning Point USA on it, identifying Christians and conservatives, small businesses, people who have a different line of thinking? What kind of consequences have real Americans faced because of the actions of the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Yeah, how much time do you have?
Well, I got a little bit here.
There are so many. I mean, the worst of the worst, in my opinion, is what happened at the Family Research Council in 2012, when an LGBT activist looked at the SPLC hate map, saw that the Family Research Council was on there as a quote-unquote anti-gay group, and decided to go to the Family Research Council with a semi-automatic handgun and a bag of Chick-fil-A sandwiches, planning to shoot everyone in the building and smear a Chick-fil-A sandwich in their faces. Thanks only to the bravery of the building manager, this man's horrible plot was foiled. But the SPLC has kept Family Research Council on the hate map ever since. And, as we all know, we know what happened to Charlie Kirk last year, just a few months after the SPLC put him on the hate map, his organization, Turning Point USA. In both of these cases, it's important for me as a journalist to say that the SPLC condemned these acts of violence. But they did not ever really acknowledge that their hate labeling could have encouraged such an attack, and they have kept both organizations on the hate map ever since. The really horrible thing about the SPLC is that they don't just put out this hate map; they then go to all sorts of areas of American civil society and pressure people to blacklist, demonetize, debank, cut off funds from these organizations. So when they put out their hate map, they had a coalition of left-leaning groups called Change the Terms, which existed to lobby social media companies to remove anyone on the SPLC hate map, any group the SPLC called a hate group. And these groups, they include mainstream conservative and Christian organizations. One of the groups I can never get out of my mind because this is a lady, it's called the Ruth Institute. And she is on the hate map in part because she quoted the Catechism of the Catholic Church. She quoted it verbatim about their statement on homosexual activity. And you can disagree with the statements of the Catholic Church and the traditions of Christianity, but the tradition of Christianity and the statement of the Catholic Church is that homosexual activity is intrinsically disordered. The SPLC took that quote from her and said that that was evidence of hate, put her on the hate map, and then she lost her credit card processor. Her small nonprofit had to find a new credit card processor because they cut off services to her because she was on the hate map. And this sort of thing, like it's everywhere. Eventbrite has an official policy using the SPLC hate map, and they have canceled events with Moms for Liberty. And then you have this movement to try to get donor-advised funds to prevent money from going to these so-called hate groups. And so this is a broad-based civil society effort to systematically smear conservatives and cut them off from polite society. And that's why I say this is systematic defamation. This is the sort of thing that the SPLC really needs to be held to account for. And, I can understand if some people agree with the SPLC's policies, but the idea that you would stand by when good people are being compared to the Klan and when companies are being told they need to blacklist these people systematically, it is beyond the pale.
Tyler O'Neill speaking with us, senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal. I only have like a minute left, but I do want to ask you the question. Is the Southern Poverty Law Center salvageable? Is it something that can be fixed, or does it need to be scrapped altogether?
Yeah, that is a question the Southern Poverty Law Center needs to answer. I think at the very least they need to utterly dismantle this fatuous notion that the right is somehow all connected to white supremacy. And the only way they could ever be salvaged is if they took apart the hate map and returned to their original mission, which was representing poor people in the South with legal representation. I don't think that's likely to happen, but I do think that is a noble mission. And if they were to return to that and stop smearing people, then there might be a case for them still existing.
Tyler O'Neill, we're going to continue to follow this story. We will invite you back so you can continue to update us as you have that book, Making Hate Pay, The Corruption of the Southern Poverty Law Center, for people who want to deep dive in this. You've done the work, and it is worthy of our own investigation to read the work that you've done. Thank you for the time today. It's great to speak with you. We look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye. Senior investigative journalist at the Daily Signal, Tyler O'Neill. Let's take a break. YouTube poll for today: in social security a major part of your retirement plan? Yes, and you're retired. Yes, and you're near retirement. Yes, and you're under 50. Or no? Flood us with your votes at the youtube.com/@AnnieFrey, F-R-E-Y, YouTube page. The poll is located in the live broadcast for today, so go find us, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. And text us your thoughts, 314-241-9797. Back in a minute. Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan. I was talking to Stewie last night, and he said that most of you, lots of you have taken heed on this for a limited time only opportunity from Stewart's American Mortgage only. A really great deal if you're looking to purchase a home, get a new 30-year loan, and lock in for the first year of that loan a 1% lower interest rate. And still qualify for the Bagel Loan. Now, the Bagel Loan is a loan that you're going to get that comes with $0 in closing costs when you call or text Stewie directly at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Stewie is ready to take your phone call, ready to take your text message, and get you started on this great opportunity where the Bagel Loan applies to that new 30-year loan, locking in a 1% lower interest rate on that first year. 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
People ask me, Mulchman, what's your secret? Well, it's Hansen's Premium Compost. It's nutrient-packed and makes your plants grow stronger than ever. Without it, I'd just be a regular guy with some dirt. So get your garden in shape this spring with Hansen's Compost. Trust me, I'm the Mulchman. Check us out at hansenstree.com.
Yow! Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Missouri's laws are clear. Unregulated gaming devices are illegal. Companies have been telling businesses that gray market machines are legal. That's wrong. Don't be scammed. If you have these devices at your business, you could be subject to criminal and civil penalties. Unplug and remove these devices today.
If you've been approached to host illegal gaming machines, call now. 800-523-1434 or visit ago.mo.gov. Sponsored by the Attorney General's Office.
Don't miss the hot tub and swim spa blowout sale this weekend at the St. Charles Convention Center. Over 25 American-made units on display. Immediate delivery and financing available. For more info, call 1-800-SPA-SALE.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. That YouTube poll, we're asking you about Social Security, and we're asking you about it because there's a news report out today. Fox Business reports Social Security has less than 10 years before reserves are exhausted. Sounds ominous. I don't know how much time we're going to get with Chairman Jason Smith here in about 5 minutes. I'm going to talk to him about fraud that's being exposed through hospitals. I'm also going to ask him about the reconciliation bill and what the heck did Democrats get from shutting down the government in portions at length this long, but maybe also Social Security. I'm 42. Am I going to get it? YouTube poll texts coming in at all?
Yeah, here's one that says, in response to the question, is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? This person says, retirement plan? What retirement plan? Okay.
All right. I just will use this opportunity right now to tell you next Tuesday, I will be at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield at a seminar called How to Create a Worry-Free Retirement.
This
Join me with the Retirement Advisor Group. Yes.
Here's their phone number.
RetirementKey.com.
This person also, a different person, says, part of my retirement soon he's saying, in response to the question. Yes, part of my retirement. Soon I pay. I can't read this. It's so jumbled. In 50 years. Hope to get something back the government borrowed from it and never put it back. Okay, so there you go. He hopes to get something back that he's put in. This person says the Social Security talk of running out of money was set up to be a special account. That never happened. The government used it for whatever. So a criticism of the whole system in general.
If you want to weigh in, you can text us at 314-241-9797. Also, get on that YouTube channel and cast your vote right there. Got 117 votes in so far, and there are 3 options that are pretty much equal. The 4th option has 6%. The other 3 are basically in thirds. So tell us if Social Security is a major part of your retirement plan. You ever log on and look at what you're qualified for in Social Security at this point?
No, I never do. I actually would really like to know that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, sure.
Huh.
You can see an entire record of all of your years of earning.
Okay.
What you've paid into, what your benefit would be, if you became disabled, what your draw would be, all that type of stuff.
Huh. And it'll just tell you, like, does it tell you if you retire at this age, what it would be if you retire at this age? Or
I don't know. I'll look in the
I
book.
should say when you decide to pull it, because you can pull it at different ages.
Yeah. And we'll be lucky if we get to.
Yeah.
I really do think, they're not talking about it this way, but I really do think that the Trump accounts, if they work and if they're functional, could be a on-ramp that crosses the off-ramp of Social Security if Social Security isn't tenable. Or maybe that Social Security, that the expectation that you would have to draw on Social Security would just be, you would just expect it to be less. Boy, what if you could just put that money into your own Trump account?
Here's a comment that just came in. It says, Social Security is operating just as planned. The trouble is that it wasn't planned very well. Democrats do address Social Security, but they just talk about keeping the system that is. Republicans, every time they talk about reforming it, they always say, and as part of every plan, the people who have paid into it will receive what they put into it. That is never on the table.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because the politics get involved and nobody ever fixes it.
It's a big issue that's addressed in every election, but it's never addressed in any term.
Yeah.
You just talk about it in the election, and mostly you just promise not to get rid of it.
Right.
Chairman Jason Smith, representing Missouri's 8th District and chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, on the Annie Frey Show next. Home Shield Foundation Repairs.com at 314-271-9900. That's 314-271-9900. A locally owned family business, Home Shield Foundation Repair is. And if you go to their website at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com, you'll be able to learn about all the different foundation repair services that Matt Hayes and his great team can provide to you in the St. Louis area, Missouri and Illinois alike. Home Shield Foundation Repair, they're ready to take your phone call. 314-271-9900. 314-271-9900. If the basement is showing signs of water leakage, if you know that the basement is getting a little wetter each time that the hard rain comes down and you've got to get ahead of it before it gets worse, it certainly isn't going to get better on its own. Home Shield Foundation Repair is ready to take that phone call and come look at your basement and give you a solution that you can rely on. 314-271-9900. 314-271-9900. Online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com.
Call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
From St. Peter's to Smithton, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Don't feel like go.
This morning, I'm thrilled to sign the Secure America Act to immediately and fully fund the Department of Homeland Security through the end of my term. So we won't have that to be talking about anymore,
That's
Lisa.
good. No, we will not, sir.
We'll give the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol, and that's what they are, they're heroes, what they have to go through to keep us safe, the support and resources they need to defend our borders, protect our homeland, and to keep America safe.
So President Trump speaking as he signs that bill, the funding of all of those departments that the Democrats were not willing to play ball on earlier, a $70 billion package. This and a lot more questions for our friend, Chairman Jason Smith, back with us representing Missouri's 8th District and also Chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Chairman, thank you for being with us today. It's good to have you back on the show.
It's great to be with you, Annie, as always.
So it's a big day. $70 billion package goes to President Trump's desk, is signed. ICE is funded through the end of his presidency. Now, this was a big, big pressure point for the Democrats, and they were willing multiple times to shut the government down. We remember the TSA debacles that were taking place, people trying to fly from here to there across the country. The Democrats shut it down, and today the president signed what he asked for and maybe a little bit more. What did the Democrats get out of this shutdown?
They got suffering on Americans. I am so ashamed, Annie. I'm so ashamed of my Democrat colleagues that I serve up here. They shut down the border and customs and ICE for 115 days. And the reason why we were able to pass this bill is because we used reconciliation. It's one of the very difficult areas to get through and overcome the filibuster in the United States Senate, but they simply not enough Democrats would stop the filibuster in the United States Senate because their reckless behavior. They wanted to defund ICE. That is what their party has become, the party against law and order, the party of complete and open and porous borders. It's unacceptable. I mean, this election cycle, people really are looking at whether they want normal or do they want absolutely crazy, because every Democrat I serve with up here is absolutely beyond crazy.
Jason Smith, Congressman Jason Smith, speaking with us right now, Missouri's 8th District Representative. I'm grateful that we have gotten this signed and done and we can move on past this, and that the business of Congress can turn to other issues that are very important to the American people. And I think that fraud is something that in an incredibly bipartisan way, there are a lot of Americans leaning into what various representatives, of course, the vice president, are looking to investigate and uncover regarding fraud. You specifically had a hearing to talk about the hospital system and some fraudulent behavior that might be existing there. Can you tell us what you've discovered?
You know, there's fraud in so many areas of government, and we've been looking at it in numerous fronts. One that we discovered, Annie, is in hospice fraud. And what was so disturbing, we actually had a young lady who came before us at the Ways and Means Committee and said that she was going in for physical therapy, but was denied physical therapy simply because she was on hospice. Someone illegally enrolled her on hospice for like over a year. And that's how she found out. This was in Los Angeles. And as we dug even farther, there was over 500 hospices that have now been shut down by President Trump, thankfully. One of those hospice headquarters was a burrito stand in Los Angeles. One was a tire shop. Like, the waste, fraud, and abuse in the system is unreal, whether it's the daycare fraud in Minnesota, the durable medical equipment in Miami. Like, we've been investigating it, but we did bring the hospitals in. And people can abuse tax dollars in multiple ways. And it was quite interesting. We brought in the CEOs of some of the largest hospital entities. One of them that was before our committee was New York Presbyterian. And we had their CEO that came in, and I asked them a simple question. I was like, why are you all designated as a rural hospital, classified as a rural hospital, but you're on 68th Street in Manhattan? I don't know any farms. I don't know any farms other than Central Park in New York City. But they were abusing the system, and I said, why are you doing this? Because we can. And so this is the kind of stuff we have to pay attention to, because they're taking away dollars for rural health care and using it in big cities that are well funded to begin with.
Ugh. It's disgusting. I mean, the American people who are hearing that, the reason why this particularly frustrates me, and I'm sure you, as you've dug deep into this, is when are you more vulnerable than when you need a hospital bed? You do anything to get better. I'm reading from your statement here, Chairman Smith, to the hospital system CEOs. Just a quote from here. Hospitals with more than 100 beds have a higher profit margin than Delta Airlines, Target, or Disney. Turns out charging an arm and a leg for healthcare is more lucrative than the happiest place on earth. How do they get away with this?
It's because a lot of people just turn their head and let it happen. Let me give you an example of something that came up during that hospital hearing. We had an example of a person in Florida who had to go in for an emergency CT scan, and they were billed over $13,000 at the hospital for that emergency CT scan. They had to do a follow-up CT scan after they left the hospital, and they went to a private facility for it. It cost them $79.
Oh my gosh!
You look at $13,000 to $79. We had a family in California that their toddler got snake bit. The hospital billed them over $300,000
for a snake bite.
Because they can. And people wonder why healthcare and health insurance is going out of whack. I mean, the whole system is broken. And we're going to have to continue to chip away at the issues, the waste, the fraud, the abuse that's going on in different areas, because ultimately it is every one of your listeners that is facing the brunt end of their healthcare costs going up.
Okay, so let me wrap my little pea brain around what we're talking about here. Specifically, let's go with this Florida person. Emergency CT scan, hospital billed them $13,000. The follow-up scan, they went to a location that cost $79. Is the scam here that the $13,000 that the hospital just can and does charge that patient? Does the insurance company pay that money to the hospital? Does the patient pay that money to the hospital? Does it get, maybe some financial assistance and it gets cut in half, which is still astronomical? Where does that $13,000 come from that causes them to continue to do this over and over again? Because I can imagine that not everybody out there who's getting that scan, that CT scan, is going to be able to come up with those $13,000.
They're not. It's so discretionary. In every case-by-case situation, they treat differently. It's not uniform for every person, whether it's someone who's covered by health insurance, someone who's covered by Medicare, someone who's private pay, or they just don't have insurance altogether. They're all treated differently, which is just madness. And that's what you're seeing. Let me tell you a personal example that I had. Like, I went in, Annie, to a local pharmacy in a grocery store in Missouri, okay? Like a basic, and I had ran out of a generic drug that has been around on the market for decades. And I had it filled, and whenever they were ringing it up, they're like, "Do you have insurance?" And I'm like, "I do have insurance, but I can just pay the $20 or whatever it is." Well, they rung it up. It was $960
Oh my
for a
gosh.
generic drugs. And I was like, oh, hold on. Let me give you my health insurance.
Yeah.
And then it was $1.60. $1.60. You cannot tell me, Annie, that it is okay for those different pharmacies to charge so much more for someone who's a cash payer versus someone like that is insurance. It's not right. And so the whole problem is broken. And so that's why I brought in the 5 largest health insurers. I brought in some of the largest hospitals. Now I'm bringing in the drug manufacturers because we got to look at every aspect of healthcare and clean some house.
Speaking with Chairman Jason Smith, the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. I'm thinking about this as somebody who I've had a few surgeries. I've had 4 babies, so I have a little bit of experience, but I don't have a chronic situation that causes me to go back, or I'm not in the prescription. I don't have to have a lot of prescription drugs. So I don't live in that world, but I hear about people who do. And it's such a ruse. Like, everybody feels like they're being scammed. And I don't know who is all on the take. It sounds like you're saying that these hospitals are profiting greatly, that the insurance companies are profiting greatly. And it just is somewhat random as to how they're going to ding the patient at the end of the day. And again, I go back to the idea that these are people who are desperate. You will do anything to protect your health. So they're so vulnerable. It's kind of a hostage situation. In order to fix this problem, does the whole thing get scrapped and you start from scratch? Is there a way to modify what we're doing right now and solve this problem? What is the solution?
I'll tell you, healthcare has the strongest lobbying arm of anything that I deal with in Washington, D.C., and that is I deal with the tax code. So that should tell you, like, how massive the healthcare interest is. Everyone has their carve out, whether they're the hospitals or whether they're the health insurers, whether the drug manufacturers, whether they're the medical device manufacturers. Like, there's a carve out for everything. But I tell you, one of the biggest issues, in my opinion, is the vertical integration within the healthcare system. I had the 5 largest health insurers come before our committee, and I asked them a couple questions. I was like, do you all own PBMs? They raised their hand, all of them. Do you all own pharmacies? They raised their hand. Do you own medical practices? They raised their hand. One raised their hand for owning a bank. A bank. These are not health insurers. These are healthcare empires. And when they own every aspect of healthcare and they negotiate with themselves, who loses?
Yeah.
It's the patient.
Every time.
It's your listeners. And there's so many things like that are broken. I gave you the example of the emergency CT scan in Florida. Do you know, based on how the law is, that hospital that charged the $13,000 for the emergency CT scan should go buy up that private practice that charged $79, because if they buy it, then they can charge $13,000 at that private practice because they're in the hospital network. This is wrong.
Yeah, it does. And the patient needs an advocate out there. It's good to see, Chairman, that you are taking this up as an issue that you're focusing on. Is this an issue that you find that the Republicans are hot after? Is it one that the administration is hot after?
Yes, Republicans are very focused on it. That's why we're pushing it. President Trump, and I'll tell you, the CMS director, Dr. Oz, has been a great partner looking into the waste, fraud, and abuses within the healthcare system. And also Secretary Kennedy within HHS has been extremely helpful. But there's so much work to do. And I'm trying my best to get my Democrat colleagues to also join in, because this is affecting all of us. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. You have high healthcare costs, and we got to get them under control.
Yes, absolutely. Before we let you go, we're speaking with Chairman Jason Smith. Just one other quick topic to touch base on with you. The Fox Business writer Kristen Altus reported today Social Security has less than 10 years before reserves are exhausted. New trustees report warns, I'm in my early 40s, Chairman Smith, and looking at Social Security like maybe it'll be a luxury that I can't afford or that the government can't afford for me, even though I'm paying in it right now. What's your thoughts on the status of Social Security in our country?
Social Security is too important of a program for Congress to ever let it become insolvent. This is a concern of the insolvency being, at 2032, 2033. That date changes periodically. We've been monitoring it. I said today, in the Ways and Means Committee, we had the Social Security Commissioner before our committee. And what I said to the commissioner is that both Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate has to address this, because we cannot allow insolvency. Too many Americans depend on it. I can promise you under my watch, it will never happen. We will take care of the program. We will protect and preserve it. And it has to be there for generations. I mean, my mother, that's all she has. That's all she lives on. If I allowed her to lose her Social Security, I wouldn't be welcome at Thanksgiving dinner. So, it's such a priority that we take care of this.
Amen to that. Congressman, thank you for the time today and for the updates. We look forward to having you back. We appreciate you.
Great to be with you, Annie. Take care.
You
Bye.
as well. Bye-bye. Chairman Jason Smith, Missouri's 8th District Representative, Chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Lots covered there with the congressman. We'll take a quick break right now. We're asking you about Social Security. Is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? Yes or no? Go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote. Text us at 314-241-9797. Back in a minute. AirComfortService.com. I encourage you to go to Air Comfort Service's website for any HVAC needs that you might be having to deal with or wrestling with. AC is not something you want to go out in a St. Louis hot summer. So reach out to Air Comfort Service if you are in need of immediate service or repair at 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. They do 24/7 emergency service. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is or what kind of day it is. If you need somebody to get you in your comfort zone, especially when it's getting to these really hot, sweltering days, for you, for your loved one who you're taking care of, you want somebody you can trust who's going to come into the home, who's going to come walk around the house to look at that AC unit, pinpoint the problem, and get you right back into your comfort zone. The people you can trust are on the other end of the line when you call Air Comfort Service. If you find yourself with no hot water or air conditioner, call 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091 and tell Air Comfort Service that the Annie Frey Show sent you. They've serviced our HVAC system many times and replaced it, and they will gladly take care of yours as well. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
The YouTube live chat poll today, we are asking you to answer this question. Is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? We've been talking about this all day, and we're about to talk about it a little bit more, so stay tuned. It is 1:52. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are talking about retirement funding today, and Social Security is in the news. They're saying, we just spoke with Chairman Jason Smith, Congressman, that reacting to this headline, Social Security has less than 10 years before reserves are exhausted. I mean, if you're me and you're in your 40s, or if you're younger, Social Security probably isn't. It'd be nice. We'll just put it that way. But we've got Bob and Tammy Kershaw in here right now of the Retirement Advisory Group to talk about this a little bit and the event that we have coming up next Tuesday. Go to retirementkey.com to sign up. I'm going to be there, and I'd love to see you at the DoubleTree Hotel in Chesterfield. Bob, when it comes to Social Security, I'd imagine there are a lot of people who are retired who rely heavily on this.
Absolutely. And unfortunately,
it's a big deal.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, these days, it's just not enough to get you through. You have to have some other kind of income to help you through that.
And
so,
which is really where you guys come in to make sure that all of the unknowns about retirement, that you take away the unknown, and the fear that people have always exists in what you don't know.
Absolutely.
You need a plan. And that's what you guys do. Tammy, so we've got this event coming up, and I love meeting with the people who come. For those who haven't signed up yet, you can at 314-993-9494, retirementkey.com next Tuesday. It's all kinds of people who come to these events. Sometimes I'm just like assessing everybody when I see them.
Right.
People who look like they have all their ducks in a row, and people who are terrified to hear that maybe they don't have their ducks in a row. And you've told us stories about, you sit down and talk with people and you're like, you guys are in a great position.
Right. And,
And
and sometimes they're very surprised.
And
they
they'd have
get
no
excited.
idea.
Right.
What's it like to meet with those types of people and give them the information that fills in all the gaps and actually makes the potential of a retirement feel worry-free?
Oh, that's probably our favorite part, is sitting across from somebody and them looking at each other and saying, oh, wow, we can retire. Because it is scary. You're excited and you're a little scared too, because you want to make sure you do have all your ducks in a row. That's what we help with. We can sit there, go through your whole portfolio and talk about an income plan and making sure that you have that, because income is crucial. Like Bob was saying, you need something to help supplement that Social Security, because it might not be enough.
Yeah.
Even though, Social Security is the main foundation, I would say, for most folks when they go in retirement. But that's what we help you do, is we help you, because what you don't know can hurt you in situations like this, right? So we help you get through that. Like I said, put together that income plan for you so you know what your income looks like in retirement. So okay, I won't run out of money, because that's one of the biggest fears is, am I going to have enough money? Will I run out, right? We help eliminate those fears.
It's everything in life is time and money. And the time is the most valuable thing, and you hope you have a lot of time. But if you're going to have a lot of time, you hope you have a lot of money that goes along with it.
Everybody's biggest fear is outliving their money. And folks are living a whole lot longer now. And so that's why you have to have that plan in place.
So we're talking about this free event, and this is one of the things I appreciate so much from the Retirement Advisory Group, is that you guys, I don't know if I guess it's smart business advice or a smart business practice, but you guys throw a lot of stuff out there for free for people. Just information, it's education. And this event is one of those things.
That's it. Yes, that's it. There's no cost. There's no obligation. It's
there
not
are cookies.
pushy.
Ryan, there are snacks.
We just enjoy educating people on the different strategies.
Yeah.
That's what we've always done.
So the event will be this coming Tuesday, and I just personally like that you guys invite me to this, because I get to meet some listeners.
We all have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so it starts.
And you always try to have the most listeners, right? You always
I
try to
do.
beat Mark.
And I think she might have beat Mark last time. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens.
314-993-9494. Retirementkey.com. You can sign up and bring your spouse, bring your brother, your sister.
Yes.
If you want to bring your kid because they like the cookies,
Yep.
make them go get the cookies and slip
I
you
just
what I'm
want to
saying.
add, the magic number is when you're 59 and a half or older. That's when you can actually move over your current 401k 403B, any of that. IRA, of course, at any age.
In the conversations I've had, I love asking people, so are you retired? You looking to retire? And I can tell immediately in just the tone of their response how much they love their current job. A lot of people are like, oh no, I'm just kind of trying to learn what I can learn. And other people are like, oh my gosh, yes. So wherever, it's not just the age that you are, but if you're at that 59.5 number, that's a really important one. If you're in your 60s, even if you already are retired, the Retirement Advisory Group can provide a lot of help.
Absolutely.
We can.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll be there Tuesday, and I really hope you will, and a whole room full of Annie Frey Show listeners. Let's have a little AFS party at the Retirement Advisory Group seminar Tuesday at the DoubleTree in Chesterfield. The event begins at 6:30, but I'd love to meet you, so get there earlier to 6. And we'll take pictures, we'll say hi, and we'll hang out with the folks at the Retirement Advisory Group. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. We'll be right back.
or CorralRoofingCo.com.
CiviaLaw.com is a website to get your estate planned initial strategy session booked. So if you call 833-995-WILL, you're going to get connected to Todd Civia, his great team and staff at all the different locations, depending on where you're looking to meet in Missouri or Illinois, wherever is conveniently located to you. Get that trust established. Powers of attorney, who's making decisions for you if you're not able to do it financially, for your health. These are plans that you have to make. And if you call Todd Civia at 833-995-WILL right now, one of the first 10 callers to call that phone number and mention my name, schedule your appointment, get it on the books for whenever is convenient for you. And then you get that strategy session free. It's a $300 value. You will not have to pay that on that initial strategy session with Todd Civia. The number to call is 833-995-WILL. That's 833-995-WILL, helping you through life's transitions. CiviaLaw.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
U.S. military last month to support commercial ships, including oil tankers, through the Strait of Hormuz.
You know, we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil. Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran, until right now.
The president telling reporters in the Oval Office.
We took out the other night 22 ships. Late at night with no lights because they don't have any radar because we blasted the crap out of it.
The president later posting that secret mission has allowed more than 100 million barrels of oil to make its way to the open market. And he says that's why oil prices haven't been much higher than the recent surge. Also saying again, the gas prices will drop when the conflict ends. Though for now, they're blamed for another sticky inflation report. Consumer prices hitting 4.2% in May, the third straight monthly increase and a 3-year high. President Trump is threatening more attacks on Iran after strikes yesterday over the downing of a U.S. helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz.
Senior U.S. defense officials do tell me that Iran fired dozens of missiles and drones in response to the U.S. strikes on 20 targets yesterday after an Iranian drone forced down an American Apache helicopter with 2 male crew members on board. I'm told the U.S. military faced no significant damage or lose any important assets as a result of the barrage of of Iranian missiles and drones. Nearly all were either intercepted or failed to hit their intended targets, according to a U.S. military spokesman.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. The U.S. helicopter pilots were rescued by a sea drone. The FBI searching an aerospace facility in Southern California where a chemical tank overheated last month, forcing 50,000 people to evacuate. The Orange County District Attorney's Office is also conducting a criminal investigation, directing the company not to modify or destroy any evidence. America is listening to Fox News.
Please be advised, you may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone, because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Nothing more than a pop thunderstorm. 96 for the high. The record's 100. That's safe. Heat index, what it feels like, 105. Tonight, some clouds and very humid, 76. Thursday, partly sunny, hot and humid. Some late-day thunderstorms, a windy 95. Rain and thunderstorms Thursday night and cooler in the 80s on Friday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Time to schedule your air conditioner service. Get not just your AC, but your entire HVAC system checked for $19 a month with the Preferred Partner Plan. And be ready for the first heat wave. AirComfortService.com.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Well, there was really big news yesterday in the election primary season, and I know you think I'm going to talk about Graham Plattner, but I'm not, because he's a doofus. I think that's the political word for him. Probably actually the word that is politically used for Graham Plattner isn't FCC compliant, so I won't say it. Big news that while Spencer Pratt did not, in fact, make the runoff in that mayoral race, there was news about Steve Hilton. He, in fact, did make it, and I think that's pretty incredible that there is going to be a Republican that actually has a chance to make waves, let's say. A win would be catastrophic for Democrats across the board. But here's the point, folks. In California, all the way into November, they are going to have to compare ideas between one party and another, not the standard, just everybody who can out leftist the other. Now, Ryan, what was my prediction last week about what was going to happen in California?
Something along the lines of Steve Hilton will be able to run statewide, and then not Graham Plattner.
Get out!
Spencer Pratt.
Yeah?
If he loses, because we didn't know at the time, would then be a voice on the state level and national level for Steve Hilton.
Fox Local, Los Angeles.
I think that he got a lot of attention with his brilliant campaigning, social media dominance, that was great, but actually he had some really substantive plans as well, particularly on homelessness, that I fully support. They're very well thought through, and I would be very happy for him, whatever I can do to help make that happen. Including working with him or not. I'm not going to, rush it, but I do think that he had some really important things to say.
So do you, in other words, would you bring him into your administration?
Oh, of course, for like a shot. My door would be open, but as I say, I don't want to, he's probably reflecting on what happened right now, I can imagine.
So there you go. Would you bring him in? It sounds like the answer is yes. It's very possible that Spencer Pratt would be like, screw everybody. I'm out. Texas, here I come. Nashville, here I come. Wherever he decides to relocate to. But Spencer Pratt, get in there.
Yeah, do it.
Get in there.
This is your moment. It's just one season.
Do it for the country. Be a patriot.
Get through November, and if something amazing happens and you're a part of the Hilton administration in California, great. If it doesn't, then yeah, you got a future somewhere else.
We want your memes.
Yeah, please.
We need them.
We want your AI team.
Yeah.
Those people were great.
I have an AI team.
Everything is awful.
Was that one of them?
That was one. It was the Lego song.
Gosh, how many of these videos do you watch but not listen to? 50% at minimum?
Oh, I was going to say 9.
9?
Yeah, not percent.
Total.
Yeah, yep.
I don't have anywhere to go from there. It's just like cooked. Steve Hilton is in the race. I think this is incredible. This is good. The billionaire Tom Steyer is very sad.
Yes, he is.
He should have spent more money.
Maybe billionaire Tom Steyer, who seems to just say whatever's popular in any given moment, decides, you know what I'm going to do is become a part of the Hilton team. And then just back it with all that money. Throw all that money at Hilton.
I wanted to cover another story here from Fox News. They're reporting on this, and it's making me a little nervous. How many scam calls do you get? Is it a day? Is it a week? How often do you get them?
In a day, probably 4 or 5 spam calls.
A day.
That at least are flagged as spam calls. Once in a while, they're real. And
if they're flagged as scam or spam, do you answer them?
Never. And then sometimes I get a message, oh, I actually needed to talk to that person.
Brad?
I'd say I get 3 or 4 a day, and sometimes I answer them because my phone doesn't always say that it's spam.
That too.
So I look at the phone number, because I'm booking guests. I look at the phone number and I recognize that area code.
Do you guys have any repeat offenders? Is there anybody out there trying to work something in over you, whether it's a scam or you just got your information that got sold and they're trying to sell you a roof?
Yep.
It's always solar for me.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what it is for me, but I always remember the area code, and it's 217.
That's Springfield.
Whoever's calling me from Springfield, I'm not answering.
Forget about all of it because they can mask phone numbers.
Right.
So they're from anywhere, but they're like, let's make it look local.
Right.
So it's a 217, it's a 314, it's a 636, it's a 618. I get 2 repeat offenders, and I am mad at both of them. You ask my family about Corey, they know about Corey. I think I've talked about this on the air.
You have.
Corey is somebody who exists for real, who put my phone number down, errantly possibly. Maybe his phone number is 1 number away from mine. I don't know. I think Corey owes somebody some money. And they call over and over and over. Is Corey there? Nope. Never has been. And I like every person who calls me for Corey, I am in a continuing conversation that all of these individual people are just popping in one at a time. But
yeah,
I'm like,
they don't know.
They say Corey, and I'm like, and another thing immediately. I don't know what to do about this. I actually a couple times have gotten the last name of Corey. So I know who this person is. And I know the property that is in question. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what Corey's gotten himself into.
It's about a property?
I don't know. I know that that is where my phone number got brought into the mix, is some sort of record that exists with property.
I will say, I get a lot of medical bills for Demetrius.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know who
What's
that guy is.
What's he got going on?
I don't know. I don't ever open them, so I don't really know what he has.
Here's the question, though, especially with medical bills coming up. I always wonder if there's some sort of fraudulent behavior that is attached to it. Did my information get bought off of the internet from somewhere? Because I checked the box that said I read the terms of service, but did I know? Did somebody use my information to acquire something and now I'm on the hook, not for money, but just harassment? Stop calling me about Corey. The second one is, let me see if I can pull this up here while we're talking about this. The second one is I've discussed this before. There is somebody who wrote a book. Gypsy Love something. There is somebody who wrote a book about a gypsy, and the name is like Annie. It's very close to Annie Frey.
Okay.
But it's not me. It's like Annie Fur or something like that. F-E-R, maybe, possibly. I'm trying to find it.
You should write a book about your life called Gypsy Love by Annie Frey and really, really confuse people.
Well, this actually does exist as a real thing, and I am not associated with it. The Power of a Gypsy Love, an endless search for a lost love. When Renzo Capi and Leonella Karina met, they fell head over heels in love. She belonged to a wealthy family.
The lead character's name is Renzo, and he's falling in love with Lionella.
He was a nomadic gypsy, a traveler who could offer her nothing, only his unconditional love. I didn't write this. Would I write this?
Whoa.
Does it sound like it would come from me? Listen to me. I'm mad.
The next line
I'm not
gets
writing
weird.
about unconditional love. She was still a minor.
The next line is that she's still a minor.
I just dipped out one sentence too soon. She was still a minor, but they dreamed of living happily ever after at Gypsy Moon, the ranch that Renzo promised one day to buy for her. These scammers are trying to sell me that they want to make this into a movie. That's what they want. They want my partnership to make this a movie. And I'm like, I answer the phone, and I know immediately when these people start talking, they do not have American accents. And when they start talking, they are super pumped to talk to me. And I tell them, I'm not this person. I didn't write this book. They're like, no, but really, we want to make it into a movie. I'm like, it's not my book.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
Hey, Gypsy Love.
I'm about to give Gypsy Love people Corey's information, and I'm going to work something out here.
I tell you what is going on here is that if you put your real phone number in when you publish a book with Amazon, that is public information,
No.
and they will find it, and they will harass you. So do not put your real phone number in.
You need
if
to get a
publish
burner
book.
phone.
Yeah, get a burner phone just for when they offer you movie deals.
I've
And
heard
then
people-
take every single one of them.
I've heard people say, yeah, even if it's not your book.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if this should be a good movie. Let me go first read the bio on Amazon.
You should accept the checks they're trying to send you.
I think they want me to invest the first $30,000 or something. I don't know.
Do it if they're promising that you'll get back more.
I'd like your checkbook.
No.
Why not? If it's a good investment, you go first.
I don't have $30,000.
Give him Ryan's number. Here's the guy.
Here's Demetrius.
Offer them $10,000. Say, listen.
How about 10?
I only have $10,000. Is that going to be enough? And be like, sure. And then do it.
If there was a politician who could offer a real solution to these harassing phone calls, they would win whatever they ran for. Should be Rod Blagojevich's first policy point when he runs for Senate.
Do you have a strategy for dealing with spam calls? Do you ever answer them at all?
Oh, yeah.
Because I will too, because sometimes I think,
it's real people.
I need
or if
to.
you're doing business or if you're talking to people who are maybe trying to communicate from you to you from outside your phone book.
Right.
My strategy, it is established after the second ring of the spam call.
Wait, what?
I develop it on the spot, and it varies significantly.
Oh, I got the same thing every time. And it's, hello, who is this? Because their script, no matter who you're talking to, even if it's somebody you do want to talk to, their script is to ask you a question first.
The whole reason I brought this up, and I forgot that I brought this up for a purpose. The whole reason I brought this up, FoxNews.com reports your phone rings. It's your son's voice. Panicked. He says he's been in a car accident. He hurt someone. He's about to be arrested. He needs $15,000 wired before the end of the day, and please don't tell anyone yet. You wire the money. Of course you would. Except for it's not your son. It's an AI voice. It's a scammer who spent about 10 minutes online, pulled 3 seconds of audio from a Facebook video your son posted last Christmas, fed it into AI voice cloning tool, and it costs less than a Netflix subscription. The voice that broke your heart wasn't real. The emergency wasn't real, but the $15,000 transfer, that's real. This is like, you need to establish with your loved ones, the ones that you would send that $15,000, which what scenario actually exists where that would even need to be the case. But you need to establish with your people a very private code, phrase, something that if they are in an emergency, that they will say something specifically, a word, a phrase that you know that it's them. That is a very real thing that you need to be establishing with your loved ones right now. And it needs to go both ways. If you are ever in some sort of emergency and they call your spouse, how do they know that it's real and accurate? Because this type of stuff, like I'm thinking if my child called me and said that they needed help and needed me to send money right away, what's stopping me from doing that?
Your code phrase. My code phrase is Rotel.
Okay. And your wife's like, that's a dumb code phrase. I'm not helping you.
I call her all the time, and I'm like, Rotel, honey, wire me $15,000. And she doesn't do it. And I'm like, I said the code word.
Man, I have a friend who's has been in the know a little bit more on like world things. And there's a code word that if he sends me, I'm supposed to run to my bunker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No way. What is it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, just tell me, though.
Nope. He listens to the show usually, and I hope he doesn't send it to me today because then I'll be unsure of what to do next.
Oh, no.
Ethan, Sports and Local, next here on the Annie Frey Show. Stick around and vote in the YouTube poll. Is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? Yes, and you're retired. Yes, and you're near retirement. Yes, and you're under 50. Or no. We'll be right back.
Cox here. Join me, Annie Frey, and Mark Reardon, along with Bob and Tammy Kershaw of the Retirement Advisor Group, to learn how to create your worry-free retirement. We'll meet June 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield at 6:30. Here are Bob and Tammy with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering how to turn your 401k and IRA into a worry-free retirement? Would you like to learn the strategies that give you market growth but protects you from market losses at the same time?
Would you like to get a free personalized retirement income plan? And did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to create a worry-free retirement? If you're 59 and a half or older, you cannot afford to miss this event.
Have a worry-free retirement. Join the official financial advisors of my show, Bob and Tammy Kershaw, at the Doubletree Hotel in Chesterfield, Tuesday, June 16th at 6:30. Go to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at biobalancehealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. Biobalancehealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
No paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-887-4333. 314-887-4333. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-887-4333.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative. This segment of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by All Financial.
Hold up. Check it out. Sports and local.
Ethan Hannaford's segment on the Annie Frey Show.
Kind of mailed that one in.
Hello,
Every now
everyone.
and then you need to just reset.
How's it
Here
going,
we are.
everyone? How are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Is everyone having a lovely Wednesday afternoon?
I think I would say I'm doing well, as opposed to good, because I don't know if we're doing any good here.
I would say we're doing good work that is worthy of awards.
Really?
Yeah.
Sixth place awards or first place awards?
Sixth place nationally.
Got it.
First place locally.
First place local. Good. Good to hear. Well,
Not this year.
We'll see. We'll see. This will be
You
submitted.
did say it was a reset.
Yeah.
not quite to 6 yet, but the Cardinals won their 5th straight game last night. They faced off against the New York Mets at Citi Field in Queens and won 7-0.
I wondered if it was a forfeit when I saw that score.
Nice. I get it, because 7. Yeah, that's good. Dustin May
Do you want to
tossed...
explain it like Ryan Wiggins would, or no? Just keep moving?
No,
Okay.
I want to keep moving.
I think you might need to explain it to Ryan Wiggins.
I don't know what it means.
He does look a little confused.
Is that what they do in
You all right, little guy?
Let's just leave it between us. Just between us
Little
girls.
league games.
You'll figure it out. You just think on it for a few minutes. Dustin May tossed 6 solid innings to snap a 7-start winless streak for him, who the Cardinals have now, as I said, won 5 straight. That is 1 shy of their season high. J.J. Weatherholt hit a 2-run double that sparked a 4-run third inning that also included Jordan Walker RBI double and a Lars Nootbaar RBI ground out. And then a couple of innings later, Alec Burleson added on a little bit more insurance, a 2-run home run. As mentioned, Dustin May was very good. And since his 3rd start of the year now, he has an ERA of 2.9. So he has been very good for the large majority of the year. That has turned out to be a great signing.
Does he finish the year as a Cardinal?
If I had to put I just want to leave.
I dang it! I screwed up. I should have said Dustin May.
Yeah, you're a failure.
Yeah. You still got your point across.
This is the loudest
annoyingly
sigh
funny.
from Annie.
Mine was just as loud, if you were wondering. Where do I go from here?
Next.
The Cardinals are 36-28 on the season now, a 3-game lead in the wild card race.
Let's go.
How
That's
far
what the kids
behind
say.
the Brewers are they?
4.5 games.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
the Brewers are freaking annoying.
They are just
What's their problem?
so good. So this is actually kind of funny. For those that don't know, the Brewers are widely known as being what the Cardinals used to be, as far as always being the team that was first to
Still faithful.
like find the guy, to make the right move, the draft really well, develop really well. That used to be the Cardinals. They used to be the team that was first to hitting all of these, finding all of these guys and doing
Devil
all
magic.
of those things in the farm system. And now that's the Brewers. They signed a guy a couple of days ago. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. They signed a minor league pitcher and have already added like 4 miles per hour to his fastball in a matter of like 3 days, where his average went from like 92 to 96 miles an hour. I'm like, what do these people? It's like freaking devil magic. The Milwaukee Brewers. It's unbelievable.
It's like the GM is David Blaine over there. You know what I mean?
I get that one.
It's a magic joke.
Yeah, I get it. I got that one.
It's magically unfunny.
Who owns who owns the team?
I don't know.
David Copperfield?
Okay. All right.
Ethan?
Gonna move on now. Let's go ahead and talk.
Rick says check their speed guns. I like that thought.
Maybe it's the speed gun guy that's doing all the work.
Okay. All right.
The St. Louis Battlehawks season may be over, but the professional football team could be in for some accolades later this summer as part of a reaction by state lawmakers jilted by the Kansas City Chiefs' decision to move out of Missouri in favor of a deal offered by Kansas. The Battlehawks are in line to replace the Chiefs as the state's new official professional football team.
It's a big day.
There'll be no NFL teams in Missouri or Illinois.
That's pretty depressing. Where should we put one?
Let's
Ryan?
start a petition. Let's
Where would
start
you
a
put one?
petition in Illinois to acknowledge the Battlehawks as our official football team.
We should. Yeah. They should put an NFL team in the Dells, Wisconsin Dells.
Could you ever see a sports team, whether it be expansion eventually someday, maybe we get an NFL team back, or we get, I don't know, an NBA team or something. Could you ever see a stadium getting built riverfront, but on the Illinois side?
Yeah, sure.
Just across from Hannibal.
Need a little more common sense governor and General Assembly. But, I mean, if you listen to Rod Blagojevich earlier on the show today, he was talking. I asked if Illinois was reparable, and he said, yeah. And he encouraged people who are disgusted with the governorship and the Democrats and the supermajority to look around and stop voting for these people. And then maybe there would be an opportunity to repair. I mean, I think that if Donald Trump came in like a wrecking ball to the federal government, they need somebody who's dynamic like that, who could come into the state of Illinois and lead and kind of prioritize in the state of Illinois what Illinoisans need, with Chicago and Southern Illinois in mind, of course. But this state is just ripe for massive growth if you wanted to invest and incentivize people to come here in so many different places, because it's been so desolate. And especially right now, if St. Louis City doesn't get their act together, somebody could offer an enormous opportunity to develop and grow the east side of the Mississippi River in the shadow of the St. Louis Arch, with an absolutely gorgeous view connected to everything. That would only in turn benefit St. Louis, I would think, because they'd have to shape up, get their act together.
Governor Kehoe has not yet signed Bill 1544. His office said bills sent to the governor by the House and Senate in May are under review currently.
One more story?
Yeah. 1 year after a EF3 tornado destroyed 5,000 homes and buildings, St. Louisans report extremely low satisfaction with local and federal leaders regarding tornado recovery efforts, according to Washington University's Health Communication Research Laboratories, I heard. Exactly 176 adults varying age, gender, race, ethnicity, rated local leaders an average of 3.6 out of 10 and federal leaders an average of 2.9 out of 10. When asked what they want local leaders to know, residents replied with shared themes including more support is needed, people are still struggling, recovery has been too slow, North St. Louis has been neglected, race and class have affected the response, the government has been absent. Those are some of the top responses. And then finally, when asked about the city's repairs, the damaged homes and buildings, 83% of participants said that the recovery process has taken much longer than expected. Only 2% of respondents feel that repairs happened sooner than expected. So either way, I know this is a relatively small amount of people that were a part of this, but I would imagine there's probably a lot of people that have been disappointed with this recovery process.
Yeah, I think so. it just seems like everything surrounding that whole situation, the preparedness, the alert system and everything, it just seemed kind of like a failure from top to bottom. Lots of improvement opportunities available. All right, Ethan, thank you.
You are welcome, Annie Frey.
YouTube poll. Is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? Let us know yes or no on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. You can text us as well at 314-241-9797. We'll be right back.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress, but one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Men, need a clinic that accepts all insurance, including Medicare? U.S. Men's Medical Center in St. Peters does. U.S. Men's helps men experiencing loss of energy, focus, concentration, and low libido. And they accept all insurance, even Medicare, for testosterone replacement therapy. Patients love the staff and the fact that, yes, I'm going to say it again, they accept all insurance, including Medicare. Feel better? Call U.S. Men's Medical Center at 636-244-5333.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter. They're the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. Call 314-499-2020. That's 499-2020 or GeneratorSuperCenterofStLouis.com. That's GeneratorSuperCenterofStLouis.com. Hey guys, are you dealing with low energy, weight gain, or issues in the bedroom? Game Day Men's Health is the premier men's health clinic in the St. Louis area with locations in Chesterfield and O'Fallon, Missouri. They specialize in low testosterone and sexual health, and they also help men and women with medical weight loss, vitamins, and peptides. They offer free consultations and testosterone tests with results in about 20 minutes. Get in, get answers, get back to the top of your game. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Again, that's GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
The Gatlin Brothers and Crystal Gale are coming to the Family Arena for one magical night of country and Christmas, December 17th. It's the Gatlin Brothers Farewell Tour, and Crystal Gale is joining them to celebrate an evening of country's greatest hits and beautiful Christmas music. Don't miss the Gatlin Brothers and Crystal Gale. Tickets are available at the Carroll House Furniture box office at the Family Arena or at Ticketmaster.
One of rock's legendary voices, the original voice of Foreigner, Lou Graham, The Release Tour. Saturday, October 10th, the Family Arena with special guest John Waite. Tickets on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena and Ticketmaster. Don't miss the original voice of Foreigner. Lou Graham in concert. New album released coming March 27th.
With summer here and the kids home full time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
The YouTube live chat poll today is about Social Security. It's asking you, is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan? A few different ways you can answer this question, but pulling up your comments here on our YouTube page, Betsy says, Quote, I am close to retirement. We'll be counting on it. I agree that some of it is scare tactics as above, but quit robbing Peter to pay Paul, or Congress can pay it back. Thank you, Betsy. Let us know what you think about this topic. We'll give the results at the end of the show in about 20 minutes. It is 2:36. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules. Real talk, today's issues. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Life's like this. That's the way it is.
Ryan, are you big into mushrooms?
What kind?
Hallucinogenic.
So I don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
On your
take them, nor have I ever.
No.
So I just wanted to let you know about that nuance to your question.
I know very little. I research. Brad, you into shrooms?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we are all on the record there.
I call Ethan Shroomy because he's so
stop
into
it. That's not true. I will not allow
He's a
that.
shroom buff.
No. Eat mushrooms on your pizza? Non-hallucinogenic?
No, not really.
Would you permit them if they were ordered in there, or were you taking them off?
I can eat them. I don't prefer them. I do love a good big portobello mushroom and Andrea sauce, though.
Brad?
I like mushrooms on my pizza.
My husband and I would get a pizza, sausage, mushroom, and onion, and we call it sauce mush onion. Anyway.
Just like I call Ethan Shroomba.
He just moves all over the place.
Well, when he's high, he cleans.
Stop it. He's not. He doesn't. It doesn't happen. That's a lie, a dirty lie. Psilocybin remains heavily restricted because it's classified as a Schedule I controlled substance. By federal definition, this means the government views it as having a high potential for abuse, no currently accepted medical use, and a lack of accepted safety protocols even under medical supervision. So this is an interesting story off of Fox News today. And I'm curious of your reaction to this. I don't know have you seen the story about psilocybin and mushrooms?
No.
Listen to this. I want to read the art. Melissa Rudy wrote this on foxnews.com. A woman with advanced Alzheimer's disease saw significant improvements in brain function after taking psilocybin-containing mushrooms. Now, do either of you have any close experience in your family with Alzheimer's?
Yes.
No.
I don't. What is? Do you want to talk about that or no? Just close experience.
No, I don't.
Yeah, close experience. So you've encountered it? Yes.
Yeah.
That's according to a case report recently published in Frontiers in Neuroscience, which focused on an elderly woman who had been living with Alzheimer's disease for about 10 years. The Japanese-American woman, whose name was not shared, had experienced severe functional decline for roughly 5 years. The Brazilian study authors described her as having advanced dementia with very limited speech or communication, severe cognitive impairment, urinary incontinence, and reduced mobility. The woman received 2 sessions of psilocybin-containing mushrooms. The first was a 5-gram oral dose, followed by a 3-gram oral dose a month later. After the first dose, she experienced profuse sweating and hyperthermia, followed by a prolonged sleep-like state. Approximately 19 hours later, the patient, quote, spontaneously initiated autobiographical conversation lasting several hours.
What?
Over the following days and weeks, the woman experienced restored urinary continence, was able to walk independently and dress herself, and engaged in spontaneous conversation. She was also able to retrieve contextual memories, showed the ability to express emotions, and maintained eye contact, smiling with others. After the second session, the authors reported that the woman had even greater speech capabilities, more facial expressions and humor, increased walking agility, and continued continence. Beyond the heavy sweating, hyperthermia, and sleep-like state, the patient did not experience severe or persistent adverse effects, the research noted. Although the report's benefits lasted for at least 1 month, the paper does not provide longer-term follow-up. The authors said the findings should be interpreted with caution, as they are based on a single patient. The case also included no control group, standardized cognitive assessments, brain imaging, biomarkers, electrophysiological monitoring, or sleep studies. They noted the patient's Alzheimer's diagnosis was not confirmed with modern biomarkers, and other neurodegenerative conditions could not be completely ruled out, the study stated. Is that wild to think about?
Okay, the article did say this, but if the results were that dramatic for the one patient they tested, they need to test a lot more patients. Because if there's a trend with this with many, many patients, and you can get hundreds of people on the books and say, yeah, this is happening overall, even if it's not for everybody, then you're really onto something.
Alzheimer's is such a terrible disease.
It's a horrible wasting disease. And the way that that's written about that woman, it almost sounds as if it's like a virus or something that you could kick out. I don't know. That's not necessarily what they're saying there, but that's what it sounded like, because it was so sudden that it was like something was actually impairing it, and it went boom, you're gone now, at least temporarily.
A block in her brain.
Yeah.
Some sort of missed connection or something that was restored or uninhibited. I just know that in the Maha world, there is a contingent of Maha people who are big on the mushrooms.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. That the properties of the, earthy kind of provided solution to some problems, it scares the heck out of me. And I will admit, I knew nothing about it. I had to Google how to say psilocybin. And the lady on Google told me. I hope I did it right. But I'm putting myself in the shoes of being with a loved one who is with me, but I've lost them because Alzheimer's has taken them away from me. And I'm thinking, send me the shrooms.
Yeah.
I would want to know. I mean, obviously. But this is the type of thing that I would like science to be looking into, because, of course, you could find a property of the mushrooms that are being used that you could replicate in a way. That's what science does.
Exactly.
That's what pharmaceuticals does. What is the property of that particular organism that you can extract or replicate or whatever that would be just,
like, oh, you rub this plant on your skin, it makes you feel good. Oh, we found out that it's aloe. Like it's something comes from.
That was a really good application of what we were talking about. I was thinking it was going to go the poison ivy route.
No, not at all.
With you.
Oh, that I was going to say, rub this on your skin. Oh, we found out it's poison ivy.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I fully regret now.
I know. You missed that opportunity.
I did.
I told Ryan at the beginning of the show that he should write down all the jokes that he doesn't say during the show, and we'll give him like 2 minutes in the last segment where he just says all of them with no context. Which is sometimes how I feel about the jokes that are coming out of your mouth.
It takes great restraint on my repart. My repart?
Let's go to break. LGTB.
I've got one of those jokes when we come back, okay?
Probably not. We'll be right back. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. If you haven't called them yet, please consider punching those numbers into your phone and dialing Matt Hayes at Home Shield Foundation Repair for the concern that you have with your foundation right now. Let me talk to you a little bit about their peering services. When the foundation under your home shifts, it starts to manifest itself in your home visually, usually with a crack in the wall. Maybe the crack starts to spider a little bit, get a little bit bigger. You might notice the crack in the paint or whatever it might be. That is a sign. That is a sign that you need to call Home Shield Foundation Repair and get to the bottom of what is actually taking place in the foundation of your home. maybe that's all it's going to move. Maybe you need to get ahead of this real quickly so that it doesn't shift even more and you've got major problems on your hands. Matt Hayes is a good guy, and he's a local St. Louisan here with a family-owned and operated business at 314-271-9900. 314-271-9900. For more information, you can look him up online at HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Hey, St. Louis, this is Brian Kilmeade. You know, I always have a great time when I visit you guys, and I'm coming back this November. So join me, Brian Kilmeade, by getting tickets for the show at The Factory at 971talk.com/events.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
This is attorney Todd Nissenholtz of Kaufman Townsley. Injured by a careless driver? We work with the top doctors in St. Louis. We'll help you get the expert medical care you need and the maximum amount of money you deserve. Call 314-777-7777.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now, Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university on a siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
The Annie Frey Show is St. Louis conservative.
This is a happy vibe. You know what it's like to be just in summertime and just be happy being happy.
Just being happy, swimming, spraying each other with a hose, laughing.
Who are we talking about?
One kid getting hit with the hose over and over, the other person holding the hose the whole time. It's fun. We're talking about childhood. And I don't know which end of the hose you were on, but it can say a lot about your life. That's what we're here to talk about, is your life.
You know, those Al Borland hose commercials? Man, if that's not one big euphemism, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and he knows it.
I know, and he's all in. He cannonballs right into that commercial, and It's just like a known thing from the older people in my house. When you hear that commercial, we just all giggle.
Is it still on?
Oh, yeah. They're new versions.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, new
Do
and
they
improved.
do new innuendo in each one of them?
Nothing was
You're
like...
going to love my hose.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have it in a...
You use this hose, you're going to know it's tool time.
Stop it.
It's his pocket hose.
Right. That's what it is, isn't it? It's a pocket
it's
hose?
the pocket hose.
Okay, yeah. And I am
What is
happy to
this?
see you.
Oh, we've played it before. Oh my gosh, Ryan. Stop it.
I mean, we got a couple minutes.
No, we don't. Let's just leave now before it's too late. You had some content, some riveting content.
I did.
That you wanted to.
And you know what it's based on? Former Governor Rod Blagojevich.
I don't know what's happening right now, but TMZ is doing a story, and the Chiron says, Tracy Morgan, I can't stand teachers. Here's why.
That's two SNL guys talking.
Oh, gosh.
So in the 12 o'clock hour, Annie interviewed former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. Now, if you've heard anything from Rod Blagojevich in the last, 5 years-ish, something like that,
Yeah.
you'll know he has definitely turned a corner.
Post-prison.
He's a different guy, but he I don't know. He's saying that he's not, I guess politically speaking, and that the party has moved that far away. And so he was criticizing current leadership. And I pulled up an article while he was talking to maybe doing Wiggins America, but we decided to stick with it at the moment.
I want to just add a little bit of a footnote on our conversation with Blagojevich and whatever you were going to add to it here. But President Trump, you might remember, granted former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich a full and unconditional pardon, completely clearing his legal record.
And he addressed that in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Like I said right after it happened, I'm like, well, that's a best of for sure, because he was lit up, man. And he was talking about losing the Bears to Indiana possibly, and the leadership of the state of Illinois, which he uniquely can speak to, having formerly been the leader of the state of Illinois.
He the way he spoke in that interview, he feels, listening to him, feels like he has both feet firmly planted on the ground. And he is nobody's boy. He is his own man. He seems like a freed man in a lot of different ways. And the way he speaks is indicative of that. Now, if we wanted to go policy by policy point, I don't know how much we would agree on, but there are a lot more things important than policy points, and it was refreshing to listen to him.
He talked about believing in America, which is just, it's not a policy, but it's an attitude. He talked about having a border, accountability with spending. So, these are things that we talk about, and we say, why are Democrats not talking about this? Well, here's former Governor Rod Blagojevich. So I pulled out this little bullet point on what should we expect from a leader, because he addressed that quite a bit with Pritzker currently in charge of the state. And just a few bullet points here that I'm just going to communicate to you guys, and you can see whether or not you think that he is hitting on the same thing. First, trust and integrity. Leaders are expected to align their actions with words and consistently build credibility. Number 2, communication. Leaders are expected to articulate goals, expectations, and the why behind decisions. You opened that interview by playing a clip from J.B. Pritzker, who was communicating why he was not responsible.
That's the only thing he wanted you to take away from this. I don't care what happens, but just know, wasn't my fault. That's what J.B. Pritzker is telling people.
That's what he said. I mean, that's very much what he said about the Bears. Number 3 is accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Take responsibility for what happens. Great leaders hold themselves to the same high standards they set for others, and they take ownership when things go wrong.
You know what happens when you don't do that? You concede an enormous amount of power and confidence from the people who you're serving or who are under you, because what J.B. Pritzker is saying is, there's nothing I could have done.
Yeah.
This was outside of my ability to fix. Well, then you suck. I mean, like, not brand new information, but yeah. I mean, if you couldn't do anything about it and it went that south when you were the guy in the position to maybe make the deal happen, looks like you're not cut out for the job.
Exactly.
Breaking news. The YouTube poll for today: is Social Security a major part of your retirement plan, Brad?
No, it is not.
Ryan?
No.
No, it's not. It is a part, but not a major part. We asked you, and you voted. 9% said yes, and I'm under 50. 27, tied at 27% yes, and I'm near retirement, and no.
Oh.
38% yes, and I'm retired. Hopefully, there's something we can do to get ahead of this, but we are less than 10 years from it being insolvent. Mark Rudin next.
So beat the drum.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by LendSeek.
Your credit score can unlock opportunities in life or close the door.
They really do look at this in great detail to compare applicants. It affects whether or not you're approved and the interest rates you'll pay.
While 850 is a perfect score, Bankrate's Ted Rossman says you don't have to be perfect.
Once you hit the mid 700s and above, that typically is viewed as excellent.
I'm Rob Hart.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Hey, it's Mark Cox.